Yeah, it had to go live first, man. Actually, no, there's no specific topic, but we had to come and talk to you because we're concerned. I guess it's important to start with, we care, we respect you, we love you.
Get your ass back but nah, for real.
The niggas don't never just get up and leave.
Why do you say? Because y'all not finna play in my face. Oh, so y'all been having whole conversations on the side. Because if everybody want an intervention, they've been talking shit about you in the group chat for months.
Yeah.
I was
like 7 people in a room. It'd be like 7 people in a room. Half of them you ain't even talking to no more because they told you not to call them no more. But they all sitting there looking at you. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm cussing everybody out.
Playing in my face, man.
We don't care about you. Get the fuck out of here.
That's exactly what y'all say. They're gonna have to have your intervention in the padded room because you're gonna tear everything up.
Right, it's gonna have to be just like this. Over StreamYard or Zoom. Like
I would never go to an in-person intervention for yellow ass. I'd be like,
bro,
I'll call in on FaceTime. I'll call in FaceTime. Y'all ain't
you about to ambush him? Okay.
We ambushing yellow.
I'll call the priest. I'll send the priest to the address, like last rites. I'll send the priest. Right. Because it's gonna go bad ambushing yellow.
We gonna have to serve him his intervention. Hey, Tommy B. Hey,
Tommy, what's going on?
What up, yo?
Hey, this shit is so good. Hold on.
What is it? Because yesterday you was complaining about a protein bar.
Yeah, I tried one. Bar? No, this is the one I was trying not to eat.
At Nature Valley? Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, them good.
Sugar. What's up? And what's going on? What's going on?
I've been trying to be healthy, so trying to cut down on the sugar.
That's good. I've been eating like trash this last man.
Eat some more for me.
I will today.
Drink some
I'm gonna stop today though.
Well, can you drink some Tahitian treat for me?
No, I'm not gonna buy any more sugary soda. Do you got a notification? What's up? I'm not gonna go looking for no Tahitian treat.
Damn, Hawaiian Punch.
I'm not going to look for it.
Okay, dang. What will you drink?
Ain't good no more.
It ain't. Remember, it used to be good. I feel gaslit because Hawaiian Punch used to taste different.
No, it did.
You want me? I got my theory why though. I got my theory why. Right.
I still got red 40. So
anytime. So anytime something gets WIC approved, the whole taste,
all the fun is over.
The whole taste, all the fun is over. Because guess what? I used to like Kicks. Yeah. The cereal, it used to be just sweet enough. It used to be just sweet enough. You know what I'm saying? It was perfectly tailored. It was like, yes, this is like the appropriate cereal. And then it got WIC approved, and that shit tastes like you eating a paper bag now.
So Hawaiian Punch is WIC approved?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's WIC approved.
Well, the red one? Because that seems. Oh yeah, they don't have an issue with red.
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah.
No, that's everywhere. You're not gonna avoid red dye for it.
I mean, you could. They could just only approve the blue one.
He said.
Man. It's Michelle Obama's fault. I remember she was doing them dances about school lunches. I don't even remember. Man, it feels like a fever dream. Like Michelle Obama on Ellen dancing.
Yeah. I mean, she's not wrong, but damn.
Don't get me on my public school rant, because y'all know I've been dealing with public. Don't get me on the public school rant right fucking now. Give the kids trash. Let them eat food that matches the curriculum. Okay? Why not?
Well.
Why not?
Well,
and we're shooting for
curriculum.
We're shooting for mediocrity, borderlining on trash. Why can't the food match?
I mean, that's fair.
Okay, then. Exactly.
I mean, if you're gonna fail, we may as well at least you may as well eat good. Like you might as well eat good. Like, hey, listen, you're gonna go out here full. You're gonna be full and you're gonna be happy. Yeah. But boy, your brain is gonna be empty and your stomach is gonna be twisted.
Hey, follow through. We being trash, we're gonna be trash all the way. That's why I said Kamala should have picked a black person around with her. Shit, balls to the wall.
Hey.
I might actually vote for her crazy ass if she would have picked a real black American.
commitment to
if you'd have got the if you'd have got she needed a legit black person to balance it out. You fucked up by
that told me everything I needed to know. Who she gonna run with? Because who you really trying to win over? That told me everything I need to know. She picked the old white man. I said, oh, okay. Just like I thought, bitch. Just like I motherfucking thought. Man, and then she picked the old ass white man too.
He's 60.
He old.
Who else wasn't
old
older
and
than
why
Pete?
He take years.
Pete Booty Judge.
I'm sorry. It's a lot of young, black or white. In reality, the color really didn't matter to me. Like, pick somebody who can connect with
who?
More of the. Okay, so politics. Even though we as people around 40 and shit talk about it, it's still an old person's game. Your ass finna be 40 in 3 years, like me.
Nah, because I said I was already 30. I said I was turning 38, and you corrected me. So
yeah, you aged yourself already. That's just a symptom of 30. That's just a symptom of being 35 plus. People like, well, how old are you? I'll be like, I'm 30.
I'm 35 and up.
Then I gotta find it.
Pete Booty Juice. No, that's his last name. Pete Booty Judge. Booty Judge. Booty Judge.
It's all bad.
Buddha Judge. I hate it already.
That's such a bad name. She wouldn't have a chance with a nigga. She ain't got a chance now.
We gonna see. I want to see.
I want to see a black girl magic. My mama told me
I want to see a black girl magic.
You said we gonna see. Like my mama used to say, we gonna see. When she knew she wasn't gonna do that shit at all. My mom be like, we gonna see.
Booty juice. Ooh, they call him booty juice. That's messed up.
We ain't gonna see nothing. She has no chance.
I want to see, man. I want to see. I want to see a black woman can be the. I want to see a black woman can be the backbone that they say they are. I want to see a black woman can be the black girl magic. If they can push her over the top, if all that all that stuff. I want to see if all that.
Now you saying something? Yeah.
I feel like that's shade.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But I keep hearing everything that y'all do. I want to see y'all do it.
Y'all.
I keep hearing it.
Yeah,
well, like my friend Quavo say, I want y'all to walk in like y'all talking.
I feel personally attacked because I have on pink and green right now and my hair pressed. I feel like you talking to me.
You thought that was intentional. That was super intentional. You knew what you was doing.
He's definitely talking to me, right? I feel like he's definitely talking to me right now. It's all right. Be careful.
Nah, listen, I'm talking about black women.
Nah, you said woman. Y'all.
Yeah, because you're a black woman.
When you ever heard me say any of that?
You're also a black man. And you're also an Asian man, and you have a multi-layered identity.
I'll be that. Let me tap in.
Multi-gendered.
Yeah, you're multi-gendered, multi-ethnic.
Nah, I'm finna be that. I'm finna be that today. Let me.
Okay, be that.
Let me channel it real quick. Let me get in.
Go ahead, get your neck loose.
Let me get my neck loose.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get the aggressivity slide up.
yeah. Go ahead. Get the sass. Go ahead.
I already got it pressed.
Yeah. So it flip. So you get that movement. When your head twists, you get that movement. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I smacking? You gonna get Nature this ASMR?
Nature Valley granola bar.
Yeah.
Half sugar, half processed oat flour.
No, it's peanuts.
Oh, peanuts. Okay.
I need a protein.
Yeah.
The oat and honey.
Yeah, man.
It's super basic. Super basic.
Yeah,
super
but
chill.
I can't eat them no more because they don't have I can't even justify it because it's like nothing.
Yeah. Nothing but sugar.
It's nothing but sugar. It's just
sugar.
Oats. And it ain't even enough fiber to really justify it.
Nope.
So yeah.
Yeah. They all about trash.
But I'm done. I'm sorry, Mr. He said. I'm done.
Nah, he was curious.
Nah, I know the vibes because I be like that too.
Eat. Listen, shout out to Mandrill. As long as you ain't Mandrill, where we seeing what you eating while you chewing.
Exactly. I mean, like Tommy B, because I have distinct memories of Tommy B fucking up food on stream.
The Mandrill be chewing.
I mean,
bro,
I eat damn near. I eat on stream down every stream. So
Yellow come in like smacking on the mic.
Yep.
That's how I was kicking. When I first started streaming, that's how I would start my streams, because I was usually streaming like right after work. So I'll have dinner on stream with the people that was coming in. So it was like the first 30 minutes was dinner time and chat, and then we start playing whatever.
Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah. So real quick, man, I want to ask you, how did y'all celebrate Cinco de Augusto? You know, the 1 year anniversary of the national holiday with the white folding chair, the black hat thrown in the air. How did y'all celebrate yesterday?
This was that.
Yeah.
I was at work yesterday. So I got home and then made dinner. That was my declaration of intent.
Yep. Well, that sounds like a nope. What about you, Yella? How did you celebrate Black August? I see you don't have your hat. Did you throw your hat in the air? Is that what happened?
Cinco de Negro.
Cinco de Negro.
Yeah, that's where it went. Yeah, so I gotta go get it. I gotta get another.
You used the word getting the costume. You threw your hat in the air, and a bunch of
black
people swarmed in.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't even a fight. Like, it wasn't even a fight. Okay. I was just standing around a bunch of people and just said, "Fuck it, see what happened." You know what I'm saying? So nothing happened. It hit the ground. I just didn't pick it up. So,
all right.
Too embarrassed to claim the hat.
Yeah, man.
Nobody can see her age.
Yeah. One thrown. Yeah. It was like had a shame at that point.
Dang, that sucks, man. Man, so what y'all got going on this week, man? Because I'm.
Did you celebrate, Rashawn?
I did, but nobody celebrated with me. So when I threw my black hat up in the air, like, no black people showed up, no family, no friends, no neighbors. It was just me, looking like Pablo Escobar in that meme. I was like, all right. I see how black people are. That was a one-time event.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
That was a one-time event.
Because I spent this past weekend at a black event. Y'all already know.
That's probably where all the black people were. Maybe they just weren't available because they were on assignment.
They either stick from DreamCon.
They were on location. They were in DreamCon, and they were at Kamala's rally, like, because Megan Thee Stallion was performing. Like, they were at all these other places.
No, but it really feel like every black person in America was at DreamCon. Like, it really did feel that way. It's like 22,000 black people. Ooh. That's a lot of black people.
Ooh, God.
But it was great. Not one fight.
That's now we talk.
Sexy Red was there.
No fighting, no shooting.
No shooting, no fighting.
Would you consider that crowd like the hood crowd though? It's the culture.
It's a lot.
I would expect the fight too.
No, it's people really were becoming attracted because there was so many black people there. So I saw this.
But it's always been hood people because the creators, RDC World themselves, are from the hood. They hood niggas. Like, one of their biggest things, like when they first started making skits, it was always like how hood people react, or the hood Olympics, or the hood Avatar, or so their audience is a lot of for real niggas from the hood who like anime. Who like gaming. So no, I respect it,
but that's good news though.
Yeah, it actually is mostly, I would say, what you would consider hood niggas who just happen to like anime. Yeah. Oh, it was some niggas though. Like,
man,
it was great.
From what I saw, it was great. So
yeah,
like I said, I watched the. Did
you see the official highlight video?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't see the official highlight video.
No, it was really
I seen a bunch of the streamers that was live there. I was watching them. And then I watched the dodgeball tournament.
The dodgeball be so intense, aggressive.
Yeah.
This is black dodgeball. Like,
yeah. It's all
duck, nigga.
It's all.
I should call it dodgeball. Duck, nigga.
Mark is crazy.
Y'all want to play some duck, nigga?
And they was playing by like the official rules. So like, I was
okay.
Yeah, they was playing by like dodgeball official rules and shit. So
the basketball game was crazy too.
Yeah,
they was playing basketball
game.
The basketball game was crazy. Like, it's really good. So I'm just saying, it's the culture. I'm okay if you had to pick one event that as a Black person you would say things that we do, like that you feel comfortable being like, that's Black. Like if somebody from another country wanted to see, like, where can I go to see some real Black? Like, I would feel comfortable saying that. I would feel comfortable sending them there, especially now.
Like
DreamCon, like what it's evolved to
because
now.
It encompasses everything. Yeah, it encompasses everything. It kind of involves all Black.
Yeah, it's evolved over the years to be just kind of like the culture almost in all these different ways. It's not just anime and gaming anymore. And some people don't like it, but it's like Black content creators. Like they had people there who don't even really fuck with anime like that, like as content creators this year. So it's becoming like everything.
It's becoming a con. It's becoming just a con.
Yeah.
Yeah, for y'all's generation, I think ours was like the Essence Fest type thing. That thing with the lineup of concerts and the food. I think that was our version of like what has become the con. That was our thing.
Because Essence Fest, that's the one in New Orleans, right?
I think they ended up in New Orleans.
But
they used to have something. What was the one that used to be in Chicago? Because y'all used to do something in Chicago too.
I can't remember. We did a bunch of shit, but I know they had the Cincinnati. They had the Cincinnati Jazz Fest every year. That really
Cincinnati Jazz Fest
don't even be that. That's something completely different now.
Yeah, everything's different now.
And the Essence Fest is on the
what do we have in Chicago? I guess the thing,
I would say about 10 years ago, y'all had something during the summer, but I can't remember. Y'all had something.
I think it's Lollapalooza. If you talking about how big concert really in Chicago,
I was gonna say Lollapalooza is the big one, but it's not really a Black centric one though.
Yeah, no, not for us.
Food thing that a lot of Black people came for. But I could be joking.
Only thing, food thing is Taste for Chicago. That's everybody. It might have been it. Now they do like themes and stuff like that. They might be like had a mission of like including more Black restaurants back then, which might have been the thing because Taste of Chicago is everybody. You know, contrary to popular belief, we are not just meat, cheese, onions, and bread. Okay, it's
another shot.
It's another, it's another layer and element to. I mean, mostly we are mostly meat, cheese,
mushrooms. Like, maybe I forgot mushrooms.
Maybe mushrooms. Now, what's that stuff? Jardiniere. What's that stuff y'all be putting on? Like it's like peppers and stuff mixed in.
Oh, the pepper mix jardiniere. Yeah, jardiniere peppers.
There you go.
So. It's other stuff too. It's like we got barbecue and stuff like that. We are Chicago. We are known for pizza. You know what I'm saying? So pastas and stuff like that. And it's places that actually come out for that type of shit too.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, but there was a lot of controversy. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because it's a subject thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Essence Fest had a lot of issues, but that makes sense. What you're saying. It was kind of like the older generation down to yours that is kind of falling out of favor. Like I think the attendance was really low this year, like a little low compared to previous years, and they've been having issues with gatekeeping smaller businesses and stuff. So you could tell that the model is falling out of favor along with the ways of that generation you kind of represented. So I think DreamCon is the new.
Okay. So that brings up a question I kind of wanted to talk to you about, because you talked about y'all moving to Vegas, not you, but RDC, DreamCon. How do you feel about the evolution of Black capitalism? Because I feel like when it gets to us, when we get something and then we start making money and then we go to that next level, we typically leave something behind. Like we either lose the culture or we lose the plot. Like the idea of what we were doing.
Yeah, and that's why I love RDC, because I feel like they represent kind of how I see it. I'm happy, and I like that a lot of their audience is happy to see them become rich, to see them become those people. I find that a lot of their fan base doesn't have their reaction of like, oh, they big now, let me start hating on them. Or, oh, y'all forgot. I think the new generation wants that, and so we look at Mark and all the other members of DreamCon as like, this is the dream to become big. It's not even necessarily about doing the content they want anymore. I don't know. I just find that we're really open to them evolving to fit as they scale. Like, go ahead, make a show. That's like Kev on Stage too. He's another one. Yeah. You see his audience is happy about him being. We actually push him to flaunt his success, not like you don't have to hide that you got it like that, Kev. Like that's what we want to see. Like that's what we would hope that you would be getting from this. And I think that that's kind of so. I'm happy for them going to Vegas. Like I said, it's too far for me as a vendor. I think with some of that, they will leave behind the smaller people. But I remember my friend, and when y'all were encouraging me to go the first year, y'all, I'm glad y'all did because it was still 6,000 people that first year I went. So you have room for these smaller, newer businesses to kind of go and still compete. But now with it scaling up, you would have to kind of be in business for 5+ years to really be able to keep up with the demand and the cost to go. And I think I could swing it if I wanted to, but yeah, I think it's great.
Candidate. So you trying to tell me in 3 years they've gone from 6,000 to 22,000?
They went to 22,000 last year from the year before 6,000. So they jumped up. So it was a lot of kinks that first year. It was a lot of issues, a lot of logistical nightmare kind of stuff. But they improved this year. They improving, and they probably gonna scale up again next year. So
dang. That's dope though. No, that's good.
And we love it. I love to see it.
Yeah.
I just love and seeing the other content creators there who kind of have really the same story that you rarely get to be in the same room with the people who literally started off the same way. Even some of the businesses over 3 years, I've seen them. That first year I went to now and how they've even scaled up and become kind of like this cultural thing. I think it's cool.
That's dope. Nah, it's a good thing, like to have those examples, like representation and all that. But I think that's cool to see, and for so many people, young people, to see that and see that like the opportunity and growth is there. I think that's beneficial to people. Shout out to Kendra Dan popping through before she takes her nap.
Hi, girl. Have a good sleep.
Yeah. And shout out to y'all, man. Bree, Yella. My mom sent me a message telling me to tell y'all hello again. So, she just wanted me to let y'all know that she's thinking about y'all. She cares about y'all.
Yes.
The few times she's watched, she cares. So I got to ask Bree. Does Lois ask about me?
She asks. I tell her, though. I talk about what we stream about all the time. So no, she don't have to ask because I'm constantly like, we was talking, y'all just like the friends. So it's like, oh, we was talking about this, so we was talking about that, and she'd be like, Rashawn, she talked about y'all like y'all her nephews or something like.
Cool.
Rashawn always doing this, or everybody talk about y'all like y'all some cousins or something. Yeah. Like I say something about Yella, and Twan be like, yep, that's Yella. Like, so no, they don't really ask, but they have that cousin energy.
Got you. Okay. I'm so Team Lois. I'm like, man, it would be so dope to know the Team Lois be like, yeah, I wonder how Rashawn's doing. But Team Lois. Shout out to Lois.
I haven't been able to talk to her as much either this summer. It's been really busy. I used to talk to her like every day, so I haven't really been having a chance to talk to her every day. So we're gonna probably have to catch up once the kids start school again.
Yeah. She's so dope, man. I enjoy going back and forth with her in the chat because we didn't agree on everything. But when you would do the streams and she would pop in, man, it was so fun because she's so but she's opinionated and thoughtful. And I love people that are opinionated and thoughtful. Almost everybody's got an opinion, but not everybody's got a thought. And I wish
she be getting on my nerve.
We could catch up. Like that's the inequity America really needs to address. The divide between opinion and thought. Like we need to level that playing field.
I'm telling you. Yep. I always run stuff by her. I'm like, if she like it, I'd be like, oh, I need to do that. I get off the phone. I'd be like, I told her about this idea. And she actually liked it. If she actually liked the idea on first run through,
something to it.
You in there. Yeah. You in there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. And what about Pops, Yella? Does Pops ever ask about us?
Hell no.
Even though I knew the answer, it's so funny to hear him say it.
I did too.
But it's kind of what it is. But it's kind of one of them things like Bree said. Like I talk so much, like I speak of a lot, and he be moving around, so he hear most of the conversation anyway. So, like I said, he's up to date on it already.
He be like, them new nigglets out of control. I know when people, especially older people, they be like, something wrong with her. Like her parents didn't beat her.
He still got a flip phone.
My man, I'm trying to get a razor, low key.
Yo,
just for decoration.
I tried to make a flip phone work the other day, man. It would not take the SIM card, man. I was like, I'm gonna give me a flip phone. It would not take. I was like, damn. I wanted one so bad.
See if I can buy a razor real quick. The pink one,
man.
The hot pink Motorola razor.
The old school. They got a new one.
They got a new one.
Yeah.
It don't look the same.
It don't look the same. Yeah, it don't. It definitely don't look the same. It's an up to date
one. I'm trying. I just wanted to hang.
Old school one.
Yeah, I just want it for decoration. I don't want to use it.
Oh man, I want the old one. My old one. I used to love my old. Oh God.
Yeah.
That was the last cool flip phone. That was probably the last cool flip phone. Real talk.
Man. So let me get y'all's counsel on something real quick. Bring down. Man down. How about making a pink razor? Fuck that bitch. Damn. So let me ask you, Yella, man, because I know, we talked about my personal situations. My little internet friends. Y'all in the chat, Yella, Bree, y'all have become my little internet friends. So every time somebody in my personal life has a disagreement with me, my little internet friends has become a topic of discussion. So it's been quite interesting. Now, for me, I've been having a hard time realizing I'm losing friendships, and it's friendships, relationships. It's been hard. Yesterday, I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I couldn't. I was just pissed. I was pissed yesterday because it was like, why is this happening to me? I had my little pity party. I finally had my pity party because this happened like weeks ago. So I finally had my little pity party yesterday, and I'm like, man, I'm pissed. What's the point of this? Like all of y'all, all the psychology stuff, all the philosophy stuff. Like when it comes to somebody who won't even hear you out in the conversation, none of that even matters. Don't matter what you know. Don't matter what words you use. No matter what tones. Nothing mattered because they won't even hear you out. So I was like, damn, Yella was right. Yella was right. Don't none of it matter. Shut up. Shut your face up. Shut your face up.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I was right, but I'm gonna say what you saying right now ain't wrong. That's what I said. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna tell you, right. I was having a hard time figuring out like how I would discuss it because I lost like a friend of like 24, 25 years, like over basically nothing. My nephew ain't really talking with me over basically nothing again. But it's like I'm gonna tell you what it brought me though. What it brought me was the ability to be like, it ain't on me. That was the one thing that all the stuff on my side, like it wasn't on me. Like otherwise, I wanted to question myself, but it was like there was no way. There was no way that all this stuff could have been on me. Did I play a part? I'm sure. But like not wanting to have a conversation, that ain't on me. That can't be on me. So it's like I can't take it personal. I ain't mad. I ain't begging. What's up, Dose? Nah, but the question I was asking, man, has y'all's little internet friends, has that been an impediment in any way? Has anybody come at y'all for having an internet community, internet friends, internet family? Has that been a thing for y'all? Because it's been thrown in my face.
That's so weird too, that people feel that way. Because I've people know of my internet friends, but I think I've always had internet friends since I was like 14. But yeah, so I really don't get a lot of like negative energy towards it, which is why when you started telling me that, and every time one of y'all get in an argument, it's your little internet friends. It's just strange to me. I'm like, what is that internet? I think it's because people think they own you, honestly, and I don't really.
It's weird.
I don't really believe that, but like I think a lot of people do feel possessive of people. I know some people who are like friendships that feel, oh, that's your other friend. Like I know people be weird with people's time and energy. So like maybe that's what it is. But I haven't gotten any negative pushback about my internet friends. They're seen as legitimate entities in my life by the people around me.
That's dope. Oh, he got a Eddie from the barbershop. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't call it because we can't have the conversations. That's the thing. Can't unpack anything because both people I felt
the conversation ain't happening.
Conversation ain't happening. Not able to talk about it. And it's like, so I'm just in limbo. Like, okay, they got off what they got off, but I can't say anything back, and I can't criticize, or I can't. I was like, okay, cool. I get it.
That'll make me rage a little bit. That'll make me rage a little bit. I don't like that. But yeah, I've definitely had to deal with that. My ex was on that shit. She didn't like that I had an internet presence in the first place, though.
Okay.
Like if I did a podcast and that, because I was podcasting like pre-pandemic.
Yeah. You talking about you before that, the radio show, you had that long time ago.
Long before that. Right, long before that. So she would have an issue like if I recorded and it was women there. But these ain't just random women though. Like these are all, so basically I put it like this. If you want to look at the dynamic, a lot of them was around my brother age. They mostly my brother's friends, but they know me. You know what I'm saying? We all cool. Yeah. I ain't got no problem with them. They ain't got no problem with me. But I've always been the young brother. Like me and my brother, 9 years old. 9 years apart.
Yeah.
So I was the little nigga around. For real. So most of them women is women he know, women he went to high school with, all that type of shit. I ain't bringing nobody there because I don't really kick it with nobody like that. I don't really hang out with people like that. I have friends, but I don't really fuck with nobody. It would be a problem. What they doing there? We're recording a podcast. You want to listen to it?
Because I was gonna ask though, like, is it mostly women who give y'all the little internet friends thing, or is it both?
I mean, I've only had that through women because most of the men.
It was 50-50 for me. It was a woman, and then my nephew hit me with it. So it was like, damn.
Oh, okay. I was curious. Yeah. I don't know, like. I don't know what that is. It does feel more like something a woman would say. Let me say, I don't know if King. I can't even imagine King being like. I mean, I guess he could find a problem with me talking to niggas, but I always talk to niggas. So I probably wouldn't have married somebody who would have an issue with me talking to dudes because I have so many dudes I talk to, like as legitimate friends, and like I game and I watch anime. So like literally, until more recent years, it was hard to find other women who did it.
Yeah.
So even still now I'm in like a female blur group, but we're also spread out.
Yeah.
Even still, so it's still hard to even hang out with women who like are really into anime. You might meet them at a con, like I meet up with a lot of them at the con, and that's great. But also because a lot of women have the burden of child care, taking care of the kids and stuff when they're home, they just don't also have as much free time to like hang as guys typically do.
Yeah, y'all gotta make sandwiches.
Don't start. Yeah, so I don't know. It just feels like a very woman-centric kind of thing because women are very possessive in that way. Not to say men aren't, but just in that weird energy resource thing. I do wonder if I wasn't here, would it be a thing? I feel like it's a me thing.
It could.
I feel like because I'm a part of the trifecta, the triangle of doom, it becomes a not just you kicking it with the homies.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It's all your fault.
I don't give a fuck.
If only they knew you were half man.
And I fight.
Half man, half amazing. and I'll fight. And I'll fight.
I just I feel like it's a me thing. I can't imagine if you and Yella was just kicking it all the time, they would feel like it's. I mean, they probably
the same. It's weird.
I feel like it wouldn't have the same little internet friends. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think you might be right. You might be onto something. That's weird.
I could show them my dick.
Please don't.
Nah, because I remember we were. I was collaborating with somebody, and y'all became a thing with who I was collaborating with, and I'm like, really? Like they ain't never said nothing about you.
Say that name.
The wireless woman. The wireless woman. I'm collaborating with the wireless woman, and I'm like, is she like coming? She like y'all coming for her? Y'all taking shots at her, and I'm like, what? I mean, and y'all, the funny thing is y'all were defending her. Like y'all was making excuses for her. Like, well, maybe this, maybe that. Like, we know she a little off, but I'm like, man.
Yeah, I generally defend the women.
Yeah. And I'm the one that's like, man, she's crazy. Nah, this got to be the last stream with her. And y'all like, nah, it ain't that serious. And I'm like, nah, this is it. And then she like, your little friends are attacking me and poisoning the chat against me. I'm like, ain't nobody even, you're in the chat. Nobody said a thing about you. Somebody asked for stats.
People just be crazy. I think they just be projecting how they really move onto other people.
So that's what I want to ask you, because here's the thing. Here's the thing I dealt with within myself. You talked about it yesterday with somebody you know. Are there more crazy people out here, or is it us? Because I have that philosophy that if everybody around you is crazy, the problem is you. I don't believe that anymore, because everybody around me is crazy, and I'm like, I'm not crazy.
You a little crazy though.
No, but it's a different type of. I'm emotionally unstable.
No, everybody's not the same crazy. It's not to say you the same crazy as them,
so
but you crazy.
Here's what I mean. Okay, here's what I mean. I'm emotionally unstable, but I'm rational. And what I'm saying is, these mofos. Oh, I'm not rational. What was that face?
Nah, I had a thought. I was just thinking about what Dr. K says. I don't think you're articulating what you are saying about yourself well, just because of the sense of like Dr. K says rationality and logical thought stems from emotion. So if you're emotionally unstable, I just had the thought of like, how can you be rational?
How can be okay?
Like that was the phase I was really
got you. So let me be more articulate. I'm not really emotionally unstable. What it is I lack emotional resilience. So if I'm in a low state, I have a hard time thinking as well. If I'm in a low state where I'm like lacking resilience, I can't think straight because I'm in a depression. So then that's when I say unstable, because sometimes I'll go into that lack of resilience, that woe is me, like yesterday, and I can't handle thinking. That's why I said in the chat, I was like, I canceled the stream because I can't think. Because emotionally I couldn't think. It was blocking my thinking process. I couldn't be rational because of my emotions. But today, I'd handle my emotions. I can think. My processing it feels clear. So when I say crazy, that's what I mean. I can go into a state that blocks thinking. But I feel like there are people whose life is either so off or they just can't think. Because I'm running into people who just cannot process information, like base level information, and I'm running into them everywhere. And I'm like, it can't be me, because I can go to the dictionary and verify what I'm saying. So I'm using quantifiable information. Like I can go and find the source. I can verify it. It's concrete. And these people are like, no, I reject that. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be me anymore. Sometimes you're just surrounded by idiots. Like, do y'all believe that? Because it's like your situation was different yesterday. Yesterday, your situation was different. But I feel like
but it's still the same. Like, if you find all the DSM-5 legit crazy people, you probably got some DSM-5 crazy in you. It don't have to be the same one. So I would say the same thing you're talking about, that like I get in these states where I can't process anything and I shut down. You're doing the same thing they're doing it, but you're just doing a different brand of it. So y'all still do the same thing.
Oh my God, but they're like that all the time. So but it's still DSM-able. But
like Esther says, like you can't really know, like every person they deal with they get a different dynamic, so they get a different part of them. Like in real life, there's rarely anyone I can't get along with. Like I've gotten along with people who people say are terrible. Like I've been in a room with legit. They always send me in a room, talk to the crazy people when I worked in the hospital, and we would get along. We would have such a good time. I love talking to crazy people. So I don't know. I do kind of believe it could be y'all mixing together that it's like it's just potentiating each other, and then like all of the dysfunction bubbles up possibly.
Something about the way I'm set up, my shadow, I'll say, brings out something in their shadow, brings it out of people. I'll bring something out of people,
especially if y'all shadows trigger each other.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
because I typically, there's a couple words that keep getting levied at me, and it's like
it's crazy though when your shadow always seems to bring out the bad in people. Like
you might need a Damon and Luigi Mansion art if your shadow is constantly out here just not allowing you to engage with people in a I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't believe it because I think there's a lot of normal people, but at the same time, I'm very permissive. I give a lot of room for disorder, so maybe that's why I feel like everybody's like fine.
Yeah,
this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
Like I can adjust to everybody's crazy. Yeah. Like I can really. It's not that I don't like. I'm not saying like simply that I just don't cast judgment on it. Like I literally can mold to anybody's crazy. Like I vend a lot, so when people come to my booth, I can feel their vibes. Like there's always those socially awkward people or those like really, and I can really feel out people's energy and like mold to their vibe to make them feel comfortable.
Got you. Yeah. And see, I can't do that. So that's probably, I think that's part of my issue because I've got like 2 default modes. And if I'm not in those 2 default modes and I've noticed at least one of those modes triggers people, then I don't know what to do.
So I can do that. That's a skill that I have, what Bree is talking about. That being able to bend my way of thinking to the person sitting across from me. Right? Okay. Especially if it's just something quick. Like those interactions, those are okay, cool. Yeah. I know how to approach it. I think we was talking about that the other day. It'll go from how you doing, sir, to what's going on, brother? Real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way of the world. That's the beauty of the world too. Learning how to be everything.
I'm listening about
everything, everywhere, all at once.
Be all things to all men.
Yeah.
For the Bible folk.
So, but I completely understand where Rashawn is coming from, because on a personal level, outside of those interactions that are real quick, there seems to be an issue on when he's saying having the conversation. I hear that 100%, because I think my biggest issue with people is that my biggest issue. I can understand my issues because when he don't think I know I'm crazy. When he say I'm emotionally unstable, I know that's me. I would like to think I'm rational, but I give it my best shot. My thing is, as soon as I get to a certain point, I'm going to tell you that all rationality is about to leave. But look,
he's like, rationality has left the chat.
Yeah, for rationality.
We definitely had some interactions where I could feel that. I don't think you would ever have to even announce it. I can't imagine being in your face and not picking up on that cue, because we've definitely had run-ins, you know, as a group, or me seeing other run-ins where I was like, oh, here he goes.
Here you go. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
And I'm okay with that, because I am so much on the other side too. I live in extremes, basically. You know what I'm saying? I kind of operate in extremes. Those are the big things that you kind of see. I try to somewhere balance it in the middle. But the one thing I can understand with him is that what I've gotten better at is before it gets to that point to where, okay, fuck all this shit. I'm about to go the fuck off.
I'm about to crash out.
Yeah, I'm about to crash out. Yeah, I'm about to crash out. I do try to have that conversation, because I've learned that over my big old ripe age of 37. I've learned that. I can say that's one personal skill that I've tried to get down, and for the most part I do. But it's tough when you're having that conversation and it's being rejected, almost stonewall. And if it's being had from a position of just reject everything.
Right.
And they can't be the consistent thing when there's a problem. That can't be how it always happens to go when it's a problem.
Yeah, I think too, triggered people can't really bridge that gap. I think one thing I've learned from I had Twan do the man in the corner activity, and I mention it because I think it's the man in the corner effect. I think if there's some deep fear that's there subconsciously, you can't in those moments like really bring it down so you can be able to ground the situation. I think most people are just far too triggered to be able to navigate those things. Like that's what I always see when it's two people. It's like, well, your shadow is triggering them and they triggering you. Now everybody triggered and nobody can see beyond that. Like I do feel like most people are just too constantly triggered to like actually have interpersonal relationships for real. In general, like most people are carrying too much fear about other people in general to have real relationships.
Yeah. Man,
everybody see everybody as the ops, I think.
Everybody.
Yeah. Like it's a lot of women who like are so scared of men that I'm like, you really aren't actually in a good relationship with him. Even if he's not doing anything, you can't possibly be in a healthy relationship with someone you're always kind of sleeping with one eye open with mentally. Yeah. So like I don't believe a lot of people have actually experienced like real relationships.
So here's where I'm at. And I'm just going, I think this is going, I'm going to try to make it make sense, right? I don't have fearful interactions with women. I wish women would fear me more because they try me too much. And that makes me so fucking uncomfortable.
They fear, and that's what the fear is making them try you.
Yeah, I need to be real fear because I personally can't defer you being scared. Because if you're scared of me, I'd rather you not be there.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's, you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Make yourself.
No, that's a fear reaction, right? For some reason, they think fight instead of flight.
It's fight or flight.
Like, yeah. But it's always fight. But they make the fear seem like it's flight, like they want to run away. I don't understand why it's always fight. If you fear me for some reason, I would want to know. But don't fight me because you instinctually fear me.
Well, that's if they're triggered, but at the same time, you're talking about if I like men, I have to be with a man because I sexually want to be with a man. So I can't run from men. So it's like that's where you get that I have to stay and fight because I have no other option. It's either be perpetually alone or be ready to fight at any moment's notice, but try anyway. Which is like I have an immense amount of respect for one of my brothers because Black women was just too triggering for him because of things him and my mom bumped heads with when he was coming up, and he just knew. He was like, it's not a women thing. I have good relationships with women, but it's just like for some reason me and a Black woman was just too triggering for him. He like could not be in a healthy relationship with a Black woman because he would get triggered and he would like blow up, and like he had legit anger issues that he like for him his trigger state was too dangerous for him to feel like it was worth trying to force it, so he just went and married a white woman.
Don't say that.
They're great. I think he can give her more grace than he would if a Black woman, because she feisty. She ain't no pushover. She be getting his ass together. I think if a Black woman did that same thing, it would just be too triggering for him. I think he would just go back to that little boy and just start windmilling.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because look, wait a minute. I'm saying don't say that
because you feel it.
I had an epiphany the other day because my new job has a lot of me to encounter a lot of white women.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm starting to see the archetype of white woman I might like. I was like, oh,
hey,
they not all pushovers, because like I said, she do not play. She got the energy of a Black mama for real though.
Does she have thinned out eyebrows?
No. But she do have Black mama energy though. Like I'd be scared of her when she put that mama voice on.
No.
Not the one with hoopy rings and the thinned out eyebrow.
Nope.
No.
Because he went through a camping arc. So he went to the West Coast and he started camping. He was hiking, camping, and they met there. So she one of them. She was
okay.
Oh, we in the woods.
She a roughneck. She can handle. Okay.
Yeah. And so they stay in the country. Yeah, they stay in the country. And she like gardening and stuff. So there, she's really outdoors. Okay. So he kind of met her.
Got you.
Yeah. Like just kind of just being out enjoying himself, and they met.
Yeah.
They hit on a different level. See her,
and I love that for him.
Yeah.
I almost said some other shit.
I told him he should marry. I said you need to stop dating black women. I said if you date black women, I said you need to go somewhere else into another culture of black woman. You're not gonna be able to date a black woman from Atlanta. You just don't. She understands the wilderness of that. Hey, I love her. Look, we gonna go over there. She be baking and everything. I said, let me go over here. Look, I fucked with her the long way, and they're doing great. They've been together for shit. Wow, they got 2 kids, and it's great.
There's a point though where the trauma becomes too much for a relationship to be sustained. Like, or like even with a group or like a job. Like, it's not just like it's whatever it is. Like, you can be in an environment that just whatever it is, it triggers you. The look, the smell, the colors, the people, the shape of it, like the way everybody's organized, something about it just triggers something in you, and it's unhealthy. So I'm with that.
Yeah, you don't have the capacity.
Yeah, you don't have the capacity, and I think that's human. We need to learn how to recognize that and move accordingly. I think a lot of us try to force stuff to fit, where everything in life is telling us it don't. Everything in life is telling us it don't.
Everything be telling y'all ass.
Ain't. Just say ain't. I ain't got it. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I'm good for I ain't got it.
Yeah.
I ain't got it. I got zero capacity for that. You know what I heard the other day, and I ain't trying to dump. I'm not trying to dump.
Go ahead, man, do it.
But it was like this post about taking black women out of survival mode, and I almost wanted to yeet my phone as far as I could, just as far as I could, and watch it fly, just so I can get that bullshit. I just wanted to yeet that. What the fuck is? Because the woman she's something blah 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 when you take her out of survival mode. I'm like, what? Nigga, we all in survival mode. What the fuck you think is going on out here in this world? Nigga, staying alive in survival mode. Try not to get hit by a car in survival mode. Try not to die. Why do you wash your hands? Because you're in survival mode, motherfucker. That's
not survival mode.
Yeah,
that's just surviving. That's just like
I mean,
they're not the same.
What I'm saying is this. They ain't hurting either. If you in survival mode, I don't think you need some man to come do that. That's a personal issue.
Well, because I think what a lot of people don't realize.
Because I'm saying like this. I ain't talking about nobody who down and out.
Yeah.
Because it can't be these many people that's in quote unquote survival mode looking for a man to do that so they can change their disposition. It's a difference. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, well, if you want this response out of me as a man, you got to take me out of survival mode. And I'm like, look, that's not the next man's problem, because you're sitting at home and all your bills is paid. You're also out the same side of your mouth saying your bills is paid, you good, you don't need nobody, all this other shit. So you're not necessarily in survival mode. It's motherfuckers out here in survival mode.
I understand why you're confused now.
The mentality versus the circumstances.
Well, I think for men, like financial woes put y'all into survival mode. Like a man has to provide. But I think if you ever hear a woman talking about being in survival mode and it's in relation to a man, I think it's relating back to what I was saying earlier, that a lot of women don't feel safe with men. Like that's what they're talking about. I don't think like it's easy to say, well, she got money. That's not what she's talking about. And she's not talking about financially survival mode. A lot of women are, I think, constantly in survival mode with men because they don't actually feel safe with them regardless of what is going on. So I think that's actually what they're referencing when they're talking.
I'm just gonna put it like this. When I hear it, the interpretation is about luxury.
Yeah.
Make me feel comfortable, make me worry less. Right.
Because they may think it's financial. I think a lot of them also think it's financial.
I mean,
but if you got money and you still in survival mode, it's not financial.
Right. But at the same time, if you're afraid of men, there's no man that's gonna make you not afraid of me.
Right. There's something internal.
I'm scared of snakes. So I need to find a snake that's gonna make me not scared of snakes.
I think it's if you have a fear, then it could be an irrational fear. But I do think that there are safe men out there.
Of course.
I think a lot of men are not safe though. Like even if they're physically safe, like there's a lot of men who like, I will not hit a woman no matter what. There's those, and that's great. Shouldn't, I guess. But like then there's a lot of men, even the men who may be like physically safe are not emotionally safe in the sense of like, you will never open up to me, so you're not safe to me. I think for women that's kind of like an unsafe zone. Like if I can't get you to open up to me, then I don't really know you. I don't really know that shadow of you, and that always makes me feel uneasy because I don't know what you're keeping locked behind this big chain door, and it makes me uneasy. So I feel like that's the kind of lack of safety that can kind of just always exist because we're kind of used to it. Like we expect it at this point.
But that goes back to what Yellow was saying. Like the guy can't make you feel safe if that's what you're always expecting. There's no amount of I'm a good guy, I'm doing all the things, I'm giving you distance, I'm showing you respect, I'm respecting your amount. There's no amount of that if you choose to hang on to your fears. Like nobody can make because I have trust issues. Nobody can make me not have trust issues. No matter how trustworthy people show up in my life, I'm never going to fully trust them because of my issues. It's on me to fix that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that's what Yellow's saying. Like, if you have trust issues with men, that doesn't matter how a man shows up. There's always going to be that thing in the back of her head. Like, I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. I'm waiting for that time where he says something. I'm waiting for that red flag to pop up. Yes. I mean, that's self-work that's got to happen.
Yeah, that's self-work for sure. I think, and then like actually knowing what a safe person looks like, because once you do that work, there's still a lot of people that just aren't going to be safe, and you can't make an unsafe person safe, even if it's like what you're asking them for isn't like what they think it is. So I think once you start to do the work, and that's what I'm saying, if you haven't done the work, or you're an unsafe person, or you're a very highly dysfunctional person, the functional people are leaving you the fuck alone. Yes. And that's the other thing when we go back to our original part, like, is everybody crazy or is it me? It's not that everybody is crazy. It's just that if someone's like kind of functional, or like very like, I know what's safe, I know what's functional, they are very quick to just leave people to themselves who are clearly not there without even saying anything to them. Or like, absolutely. I can have a lot of friendships and good relationships with people I would never date in real life, because like I can give room for everybody and appreciate something in everybody and be able to have relationships with anybody, but I would not be in a romantic relationship with anybody. And I would not make room for those people in a romantic relationship. And I think that's also another thing.
That's facts.
That people not knowing where to leave people.
Yeah. Because you got to know your capacity.
Yeah. Or like
your tolerance level.
Right. Or it's a lot of people who just feel like if we connect, we have to connect in that way.
Every way. Like, everything's got to be.
It's got to be romantic. It's always a romantic end to it. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are, and that's hurting them, because I think a lot of people are thinking people aren't safe because of that. Yeah. That behavior process. Like everybody you meet that you have any kind of connection with, you got to take it there. And then you end up with some crazy ass people where you probably, and now you think everybody in romantic relationships act like this. And it's like, nah, that's what crazy people do. That's what crazy people do. That's not what healthy people do. So I don't know. I don't even know how to fix it. I guess it's shadow work. You got to go through your Luigi Mansion art. You got to see a vision.
Man, I'm cool. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, and this actually sparked one of the problems. This is what tripped off my nephew. Because I said I can live and leave anybody. There's no relationship on this earth I cannot walk away from. Set him clean off. But that's my philosophy. Like because of my trust issues, I have to be prepared to walk away from any relationship if it's too hurtful, because what it turns me into. If I allow myself to stay in a hurtful relationship, I become vindictive, malicious, and cruel. I don't want to be that. I really don't want to be that human. So I would rather leave anybody. I would cut off if she wasn't dead, I would cut off my sweet departed grandmother who loved boys. She loved her boy grandchildren, loved us to death. If she was harmful to me emotionally, I would cut her off. I would tell her, like, listen, Ganchi, I love you, but I can't be around you. I can't. For my own, and for you too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you verbalize it to them that it's like, if I do,
that's
or
what
you
I
just
was.
like,
That's what I
I'll
was
cut
saying.
off anybody.
That's what spotted off. I'm like, I was speaking it, and like, I would, if I can't be respected in a relationship, I'd rather not have the conversations. We could be cordial, we could be logistical. I can do communication, cordial, professional. I can do any level of communication, but it won't be relational. I'll cut that off. But if it's disrespectful, I can't do it. What's up, man, Drill?
So he knows that the reason you say you be willing to cut him off is because if you try to force the relationship, you will go into that dark side.
Yeah, and I promise you, it was just a steady read off of all my negative traits. It was like all these negative traits of mine. I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Exactly. That's me. So you understand? Like, yes, that's who I am. And I'm trying not to bring that to you. So I would rather just not speak on if it's going to be this kind of dynamic where I'm getting talked to any kind of way, we're going to have a problem. I don't want to have a problem with you because of who you are to me. I'd rather keep you in this place of esteem. Yeah, I would rather keep you in this place of esteem.
Because for you, it's just hurling insults. But if I started, if I tap in, it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be because it's permanent for me. It's a perma ban. For me, once you're there, you're there. There's no coming back.
Go all in. I'm going to give you a reason to never come back, bitch.
Yeah. So I try not to put people there because you're there permanently. I can't ever trust you again because I have trust issues in the beginning. So if I'm trying to like Yella, I give you all the verbal warning. Hey, you're approaching a boundary. Hey, this is a problem for me. Hey, and if you still keep pushing, it's easier for me to put other people out. But it's my nephew. Love him dearly. So it's difficult. It's tough. It's tough.
Because like Yella tends to like what he says, crash out, and you're like the opposite. You're like, I ain't gonna crash out. Like I'm not gonna physically.
No, I'm gonna calculate. I'm gonna calculate.
It's gonna come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
and I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna spend a month thinking about all the ways.
Oh yeah.
That I can make everything in your life fall apart.
You are. So that's
and
why
I don't
you
want
hate
to be that
so much.
Yeah, because you hate the thing that you see. You hate the thing that you see in yourself because I turn into a gremlin. I do. I was a gremlin once upon a time. I was a gremlin.
I go full on bulldog.
Yeah.
He go full on dropping niggas from the clouds. Nope. I got you.
Yeah, that's why that's probably why. Because that's kind of how. That's probably why I'm team.
You like Lestat.
That's probably why.
Yeah,
I like them all.
I want to see everything in your life fall apart.
Because for the most part, the energy is high. When it's time
He's
to
like,
be serious,
I'm gonna have a witness there too. Claudia, come watch this. Stay right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop him right by you.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop him right here. Please stop fucking with me.
Can
y'all please stop fucking with me? I see what's happening. Could y'all please stop fucking with me? No? Okay, here we go. Yeet. And down.
We all saw it, right? Then come down.
Yeah.
Yellow come down. We all saw that. All right. I expect better behavior for him from here on out.
Because what the hell am I here for? Because let's put it like this: both of them looked at Lestat like he was supposed to be protective of them, like he was supposed to do better by them. He was supposed to defend them. He was supposed to be their maker. All this other shit. And no matter how much he did it, it didn't matter.
Yep.
Because they didn't want to hear it.
He crashed out.
And he crashed out. And I'm so glad they showed. I'm so glad they showed the fighting.
The other side of the other side.
I'm so glad they showed it. I was just sitting back like mm-hmm.
Yep, I knew that nigga crashed out for some reason. He wasn't just in the house like that.
Right. I'm like, come on, man. I know he ain't just go through all 8 years of this nigga being a hoarder. You ain't got up, you ain't showering, I can't get none. You moping around this motherfucker, I can't go outside, we can't go kick it. Niggas hate us out there, you hate me in here. What the fuck is going on for 8 years?
If he was a crash out person, he would have been did that.
He'd have been did it. He'd have been dead. Year 5. Year 5.
He said, okay, 5 crashed out. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Just throw the books everywhere.
He just quietly went and developed a little other relationship. Just quietly, respectfully.
Shit, he had
I'm gonna go over here with Antoinette.
Come on. I ain't leave home, but damn, look at home.
Y'all, that's crazy. But the Armands are the ones you got to watch out for. So I mean, I think that is this, honestly, though. If you gonna go into,
I want to keep my other relationships intact, and if everybody sees how evil I am, everybody else is gonna pull back.
You're gonna have to go to a new city every 5 years.
Yeah, so I've got to sit in the box and direct quietly. I'm like, I'm going to direct your death over here while I look like I've got to look.
Serve face in the box.
Yes, I got to serve face in the box. I got to shake my head like I'm trying to save you, but I'm really wondering why. Like, why are people helping you right now?
He's supposed to die right now.
Why did they say banish me? Why did they say banish me?
Damn it!
How did they get an extension on their eviction? How are they not out? I thought they supposed to get 30 days. How they get 45 days later? Who's helping them?
That's why you get okay. I see. Yeah. Okay. I mean, but I think that makes sense. I don't know. Everybody has their brand.
Everybody got their thing.
I think I'm too chill. But this is like a later in life thing. I went through a lot. So I've already lived like 5 lives. So I think at this point I'm just kind of like, It's hard to really push me one way or the other.
Yes, age is a thing too.
Yeah,
age is a thing. At least with my nephew. But
I mean, and I've been a terrible person. Like I've been a terrible person. I was having a conversation to a friend. I'm like, you just too critical. It's like you niggle to the scab bleed, bro. Like just chill. Like why you always gotta go in finding some shit wrong to fix?
Yeah,
like fix yourself.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm just saying, but it's a lot of people like that. They're like experts at coming in with a surgical knife and just finding everything wrong with everything else. And it's like, and it's just like everybody, that's what I'm like, everybody has their brand dysfunction. And then even the whole thing with like people being chaotic versus like order and stuff. And it's just like, that's another dynamic that's just really annoying because I'm a chaotic person and I hate the orderly people feeling like, y'all been running the world too long. It's time for the chaotics to take over the world. Yeah, y'all need a little chaos in y'all.
You don't feel like the last 4 years y'all have had enough?
Has it been chaotic? I don't feel like it's
been chaotic.
It ain't not been chaotic. What the hell?
I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable, so you're probably right. Maybe it's a little chaotic.
The last 4 years.
No, but it just feels like you know how people feel like when they talk about like Christians come in the room and start talking to you in Christianese, like they're just inherently in the right position. Like that's what it feels like when people who are orderly talk to me. They just feel like their order is like gonna do something for my life. And I'd be like, girl, I don't want your order.
Right.
I do not want your order. I don't. I don't want it. I like chaos.
Okay.
Order isn't gonna help me. Yeah. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't make me more comfortable.
Does it make you feel worse?
Results.
Actually, sometimes. Yeah, it's results, not order. Like, it makes me feel worse. Order makes me feel like how people who like order, chaos makes them feel. It feels like pressure.
Imposed.
It's imposing. It's pressure. It's not real pressure. It's just like some made up shit to be worried about. Like y'all order people really like to try to pretend the shit y'all give a fuck about is real. I don't know any other way to say
it's real to us.
It's real to and that's okay. But like it doesn't. So it's kind of what we be talking about with women in the house. You ruin a whole relationship because you feel. And I finally, Yellow was right. No one gives a fuck about if the towels are stacked in color coded. That's not real.
Nobody cares.
That's not real. But your whole day will be ruined if you see that shit not like that. And you have like, that's crazy to me. Yeah. That's actually psychotic behavior to me.
I'm gonna say it's not psychotic if you understand that that's your thing and you keep it for yourself.
No,
like if you're going to go in and reorganize the towels for yourself because it makes you feel better, that's great. But if you're going to try to make everybody else color code the towels,
we gotta
that's
suffer.
When you get psychotic. Yeah,
we gotta suffer. You walk in the house looking for shit that's out of order. Crazy. To be upset, but that's how I find most orderly, niggling, high-strung people. All them act like that. Thank you, honey. Watch. They all act like that.
Yeah, she's going to get. She's trying to get porcelain skin. What'd you say? Well,
glass skin.
Glass skin. Yeah.
We almost there. Okay, it's time for me to buy some new products. They're expensive. We won't talk about that. But yeah, I've been around more orderly people. And like when my husband and I first got married, he grew up in a very orderly household. So we would bump heads all the time, you know? And Lois is not. She's chaos personified.
Oh, is she?
In the best way.
Oh my God.
You ain't never going to go to her house and it's the same. I love it.
Okay.
She always moving shit. Like she ain't got one of them houses you come in and know where the couch gonna be at.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you can't walk through Lois' house with
stressful to you
closed.
Too, yellow. That's stressful to you too. Yeah, I felt that in my body.
It's the couch move. Every time sometimes I'll come home from school, couch on a different wall. It's gonna be this way. It's gonna be. It's never the same. And she be throwing shit away. Like she is not a hoarder. Okay. She is the opposite. I like her. Like, we threw all this shit away.
Yes.
So she's chaotic in the best way though. Like she's found room, space to be chaotic, but she still gets shit done. Like she be getting shit done.
Yella's face.
Yella's tired already. Why does it see? It's not real that the couch has to be on that wall.
No,
that's made up. No, that's made up. That's a construct.
And what up once?
Right. And that's the thing. It's like it becomes like that in every aspect. For some reason, everything becomes made up now. Now everything is made up, even the past, even the stories that we telling. And it's like, okay.
But and everything is made up, though, if you really think about it.
I mean, for the most part,
it is our memories. It is our memories that's filtered through how we perceived the situation. But then there's things that are universally known, like how to
like bodily functions.
Yeah, like laws, like procedures.
I mean, no, being chaotic doesn't mean ignore the law of reality.
Right. Okay, so somewhere in the middle, right? I'm trying to meet somewhere in the middle. There's how you see it. There's how I see it.
And then there's reality.
Yeah, my objective is to always bring how I see it to match how you see it. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe you're wrong here. It can't be that my perspective is completely wrong and your perspective is what happened.
Right.
Because now it's going to change me from being more collaborative from trying to figure out the truth as opposed to me defending my truth now.
Right.
But a healthy chaotic person, I don't think that's the thing about and that's why I think chaos has a connotation when you say it to most people, it's out of control.
Yes.
But like nature is chaotic.
True.
But it has an order to even in the chaos. Yes. There's just certain things you can't predict in nature, but then there are things in nature that you can predict, like spring, summer, winter. So like chaos does not mean like completely out of control and like not grounded in reality. Yeah, it just means there are some things you can't know what's next, and then there are some things that even a chaotic person acknowledges. The rule, and for me, it's based off value, like the value of the thing. That's what determines if it's going to be a real thing in my chaotic reality. There's some things I don't give a fuck about. So you're not going to convince me I need order there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to hold y'all. Like, that's why my kids ain't going to public school. I had this argument with my mother-in-law all the time. Because I don't give a fuck about them kids getting there at 8:30 every morning, Monday through Friday. They going to be late. And they going to miss days. And I don't give a fuck about this homework. And I'm probably not going to come to all these fucking PTA meetings. And I'm not doing this fucking fundraiser.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Like, it's real, but like, it's not real.
And I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
Like, I'm not going to, but I'm also not going to send my kids to public school knowing that.
What's the word for that? Because it's almost perfunctory, but it's like, it's
performative.
Yeah, it's very performative. It's like, what's that word? You like the other one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Those words. Oh my God. It's oh my God, I can't think about it. We use it. It's like court. It's oh God, arbitrary.
Yeah, it's arbitrary and capricious.
It's capricious and arbitrary.
Arbitrary and capricious.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I haven't seen the results. I haven't seen the results to make me feel like it's like, and they said that about the COVID stuff. A lot of it, it was arbitrary and capricious in New York.
Yeah,
and like I just haven't seen the results that y'all are telling me that my kids have to be this thing.
Nope, because 8:30 does not make them learn better.
They be tired.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And like they'll try to put you in jail if your kids miss too many days of school. And I know I don't give a fuck about my kids missing school. So I'm like, why would I send my kids to public school? I'm asking for them people to come to my house because I know I'm chaotic. And chaotic parenting is not, even if it's healthy parenting, but a more chaotic form, it is not seen as a positive thing in a lot of institutions.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a red flag.
I'm pretty sure if they was learning it Monday, they're not going to forget how we were supposed to go by Wednesday. Tuesday might not matter.
Tuesday don't really matter.
Who gives a fuck about a Tuesday?
Nobody gives a fuck about Tuesday.
Nobody. No, I ain't never met a person. I love Tuesday. Tuesday. Never seen it. Never seen it.
This project is inconsequential over the span of a lifetime. Who cares?
It is. Yo.
That's why it's so hard for me to parent, because I'd be like, it really don't
matter. Yeah. If they spent the entire 12 years learning how to reasonably do math,
right?
Like so they could calculate taxes on their own, if they could do their own taxes, so that they could save tax preparation fees for the rest of their life, and learn how to read so that they can read through contracts. If that's the only two things, only two skills you got, reading and arithmetic, to the level that you can handle your own contracts by reading and math. Oh my
people
God!
Leave public school and still can't read fucking contracts.
Still
12 years.
We can't even read CVS receipts. Like,
what happened to the average American reads
at what level? Can't even read the sign on the fucking door that they walk in. People can't even read. Oh my God! Look, okay. It's still a problem now. No, definitely triggered, because it's still a problem now, right? It's a problem that I deal with at work now. But I was working through the pandemic too, and my thing is this: if you walk into a store, and it's a bunch of signs on the door, right? If you're walking up to a door, any door, store, doctor's office, your home, anything, it's a bunch of signs on the door. You're gonna assume you're gonna stop. Man, look, I remember getting into it with so many people about telling them to put their mask on because we standing like right here, because it's a sign that say you gotta wear a mask or you can't come in. And my thing is this: I told one of the customers one time, I was like, that sign could say if you walk in here, I get to kick you in your nuts without you being able. And as soon as you get a nut shot, as soon as you get kicked right in the nuts, as soon as you walk in, now you're gonna be looking like, why I got kicked in the nuts?
People you didn't see the sign right there? No.
You didn't see the sign?
We're not gonna read.
I run a booth I don't even put prices. Why you gonna put prices on this stuff? Because y'all fucking don't read it anyway.
Ooh.
Y'all still gonna come ask me how much it is. So I don't even put prices on this shit. And now I can change the price when I feel like it.
Oh,
win is a win. If one person come and tell me 65 too cheap, the next person about to be told 80. And I can do that because I didn't put a fucking sign on it. See, order is not real. Order is not real. It's only real if I make it real. If I put a $65
order is to protect the stupid people. Order was to protect the stupid people. See, the order of you putting a price on it that's because the stupid people don't know it's for their own protection.
Yeah.
Because see, now they got Bree making up prices on purses because they're too stupid to read. If they were like, okay, this is for my protection, that way I know the purse is $65 instead of her telling me it's $85. Because
order.
I don't know about in your hood. We got the Habib stores and they be taxing.
They the prices be changing.
Well, I'll tell you if somebody I know rich came by my booth and said they wanted to support my business and asked how much the purse was, it'd been $100.
See?
Absolutely.
See?
Eugene had a sign. They say how much it was. Like, well, how much is the purse? $250.
For you, my friend.
Okay.
For you, my friend.
For you, my friend.
Right. It's usually $200. Usually $250. But I get you $400.
And that was
getting ready to close down.
And honestly, And honestly, it's y'all order anxious people who made that an unacceptable thing, because that's the way it always was. Bartering, a marketplace, that was the benefit. You go talk to the person in person.
But there was no order. Yeah, there was no order.
But see, this is how and that's where I struggle at, because I need a blend of both, right? It's got to be some order to the chaos. We got to be able to harness the
limits.
chaos.
And there's limits. Right. I'm not gonna charge nobody $250 for the purse for real. Like I could charge $100 for it, but I wouldn't.
No, but I'm with the telling them you don't even charge. How much is it?
I charge $65 for the purse.
All right, well, if you want to go get the purse at Kauai for the culture.com, go ahead.
But I see other people with the same size bags for $100, so I could. Now, see, the limits to my chaos is my own moral code. So, like, I just would not, because of the kind of person I am, just completely just be like, it's $250. Like, I just wouldn't. There's limits to it. There's like how much you would charge for a product based off the cost of production. There are certain things. So, like, some people say it's too cheap. Most people at DreamCon say that purse is too cheap. You should sell it for more. But I didn't. But I'm just saying, like, so I still have limits to what I would do. Even in my chaos, I give myself room to be variable, but there's still a limit to it.
What's the limit? What's the enough? How do you determine that line? Is it a feeling, or is it like, have you codified something?
It's part of it is feelings. Like, if I would feel bad about it, I typically just don't do it. Like, if I start to feel like I'm cheating someone, I would not do it. And then a lot of what I guess that would be based off my own moral code that I have, like my own spiritual moral code that I have. Probably is what navigates most of what makes me feel bad when I do it.
Okay.
So it's a feelings thing. But I generally don't want to feel like I'm cheating people.
So why haven't I received my bow keychain?
Because I thought you was playing low-key. And then you kept on talking about it, and I felt bad. And it was like, really too late to do anything about it.
No,
and I was like,
I'm gonna tell you, because you sent the purse anyway. And I gave it to somebody, so I'm not tripping. But I didn't want the purse. I really just wanted the bow keychain because I
thought you was playing. I thought you was playing until you brought it up later, and I was like,
but I'm thankful that the young girl got a purse that she liked. That's more meaningful than for me to have another thing on my keychain.
I should have kept it though. I should have kept the purse too. But I do got one keychain left.
Hey,
you gotta get something else,
and I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
No, it costs too much to ship that little ass keychain.
I'll pay for the shipping. I just want the keychain.
It's so little. You gotta get something else.
I want
a shirt
it
coming out.
I want it. Your shirt ain't coming out in my size, so let me just buy the keychain. Let me pay for the shipping. No, you're not making your crop top. Clothes.
I'm gonna say
I'm not doing that.
But that's the weird thing for me. Like, if you wanted like a whole bundle, I would have been more likely, and that's a weird thing for me because I don't have the answer to why that.
It's got to be worth. It's got to be worth enough for your effort.
It wasn't even an effort thing. It just feels like it's
because you got to go to the post office to ship a keychain.
No, I've shipped a keychain before, so it's not that. It's
by itself. Just that one thing.
It doesn't feel
substantial
enough.
Exactly.
It don't feel like he getting enough.
Yeah, like it just feels like you.
Okay, right. Just like, damn, I don't want to send you just a keychain, huh? Here goes some other shit.
It just feels very like.
He like, well, shit, just send me a keychain. That's all I want.
But then, because it feels too small, I just don't send it. But then I don't give him what the little small thing he wants. That's a me problem.
Right.
Like,
it's
you're problem. Just telling me exactly what would make you happy.
I'm telling you exactly what would make you happy.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna gatekeep your happiness until you want more.
Because you don't value the keychain, and that's why I have trauma around Black women, and I'm going to have to go find
give you more,
girl. Because I've told you exactly what it is. More. Listen, yesterday we talked about sandwiches. She shamed me wanting a sandwich. Today I talk about a bow keychain. That's not enough.
I said wanting a sandwich makes you a basic bitch.
Exactly, that's shaming. And you threw up she threw up pathetic twice. Principal Skinner came up like 2 or 3 times. There's no way that's not shaming for wanting a sandwich. I said mothers make the best sandwiches. Principal Skinner immediately came up. Bree wasn't even in the conversation. Like, Principal Skinner has entered the chat. Just in immediately, Principal Skinner.
Yeah, I hadn't even said anything. I'm just watching him and Noah talk about it.
No, we don't.
Because that's misogyny.
Why is it misogyny? Mothers make the best sandwiches.
Yeah, it's a son. That's definitely a son thing. Because I can tell you now, like, it's something about I don't know what the hell she do to it. I could put the same thing on my sandwich, the same exact ingredients, the same amount.
Ain't never the same.
I said misogyny has an umami flavor, so it's probably just that.
I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, that perfect little misogyny in the bread just makes it all better.
Because that actually could be the gynocracy. We could be falling into the gynocracy. That's the love of black women and seeing them as better than black men. You calling them misogyny.
I know I can make a pretty fucking good steak, right?
My sandwich.
And if I can find a woman that would make a steak close to how I can make it,
man,
it would probably taste twice as good as I.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because
we didn't have to make it.
Exactly, because food you don't have to make always
the labor costs,
right?
Yeah.
So if your dad made you a sandwich, would it be just as good?
Probably
maybe, but I never got to find out.
No, I was say my pops probably would. My pops probably would. I give them credit on that. Then they can cook. That's how I know.
But then y'all don't say dads make the best sandwiches.
Why would I? I've never had that opportunity.
Okay, you get a pass.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was finna say because he don't. I don't like his sandwich.
Oh,
if he made it how I wanted it to, it'd probably taste good. But he's made stuff that I was like, yeah, my pops can only make that. Like, pops
here's my theory. So tell me if I'm wrong, Yella. I think dudes make the best breakfast. So does Pops make the best breakfast?
Yeah.
I think dudes make the best breakfast.
Yeah. That's why I made breakfast a lot of times.
Yeah.
Why? Why you like making breakfast?
I mean, when I had somebody here, when I was doing that, she didn't know how to cook, period. Like, the only thing she could make was spicy chicken.
Okay.
But she made the fuck out of that shit. But guess what? I don't eat spicy shit. So I would eat like one piece. Because it tastes good. Like, I could taste it.
Because if you don't eat it,
I could taste it. Right, I could taste it and it'll be okay, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. I could eat it and be like, okay, this tastes good.
It's like
you know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, this bouillabaisse is great. Tastes like chocolate.
Right. But then I gotta go if I'm actually eat and feel full, she'll make some other chicken along with that or something like that. But
then this don't count. It's just not a good cook. But did she make good sandwiches?
She couldn't even cut the pizza right. Let me put it like this: she couldn't even cut the pizza.
I don't cut the pizza right either. It's
oh my god, I hate that shit.
Why are you so triggered? It's made up. Your slice ratios are made up. To look
like what's the that shit is not supposed to look like a Picasso.
True.
It is no way she over there is cursive writing the pizza.
Did y'all have a pizza cutter or did she use a knife? Right. Because if she used a knife, they're always trash.
Nigga, I can use a knife and cut them in fucking triangles. No,
that ain't what he asked. Did y'all have a pizza cutter though?
I bought one and she still didn't use it.
What she do? She just tear the pizza up?
That motherfucker will look like it. Oh my god. It will look like he got just torn apart by his hand.
I've definitely torn apart pizza before.
Why?
Because why not? Because who says that it has to be cut into triangles?
You're right.
It's all gonna get ate anyway, especially if it's my own pizza.
It's arbitrary. If it's your own, do what you want.
Own pizza,
or me and the youngest share it. We just rip it.
But it got to the point to where I told her, "Hey, look, I'll come cut the pizza."
Yeah, the King. I use a pizza cutter, and King still hates the way I cook.
23G. Y'all see what's going on, bro?
I made up new ratios for the pizzas. Every slice is not the same size. Who says they have?
And that's fair too. They don't have to be, and that's actually good because everybody doesn't want the same slice.
Exactly.
Everybody doesn't want the same size slice.
Exactly.
But do they at least look alike?
They roughly.
Okay, so do you cut your pizza in triangles or
Greg?
Something like a triangle.
It's
okay, something like right. It ain't gotta be perfect.
But when me and the girls are here by ourselves, like we've been known to just rip it with our hands. We've also eaten birthday cake that way. Everybody just rip it apart.
No.
Yes.
Okay, no. Real talk. It's nothing against that either, because I'm not even gonna lie. one of my memories that stick out with my mama is Thanksgiving. We was sitting there, we was hungry as hell, but my brother was taking all day with the fucking turkey. And he was trying to get the carver to work. And the carver wasn't working. And she wanted that motherfucker barehanded, just like gave that motherfucker like she just grabbed that motherfucking turkey, crack. I was like, damn, let's go.
Yeah, have you ever ripped a birthday? Have you ever seen a kid like it was a kid? We just put the cake in the middle of the table. Everybody washed their hands. You know, we gave some of them a fork. The more orderly kids wanted the fork, and we counted down, and we just said, just attack the cake, and whatever you can grab is yours. And the way them kids tore that cake up,
no.
You don't get people to eat the whole cake though, and that's a good way to get everybody to eat that whole cake.
That cake was gone.
You ain't got to say them. Yep.
Yeah, and some of the kids who didn't want as much cake, they just got a little piece, and the ones who wanted a whole, they got it whole. Get whatever you want. It was great.
I'm with it.
Well, we had to wash their hands beforehand.
They washed their hands, but
we had to wash their hands. Come to the table. Everything was clean.
I would have to get 2 cakes. I would have to get a cake for y'all animals, and that'd be a cake for us civilized humans.
See, you orderly
who
people.
Prefer.
It's not real.
I need some order in some places. Like I don't want people visually. I don't want to see hands going into the cake. Visually, I don't want to see that, and I'm about to.
You wouldn't have
like when I see
you would have a dump dinner.
I said a what?
A dump dinner. You know what I'm talking about, Bree? Where they just dump the food out on the table.
Nah,
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Oh, so it's kind of the same thing, and they'll take the food and they'll like just dump it out on the table, and you kind of scoop them. It's almost like a buffet,
but kind of like a hot pot or something. But it's just like the whole table almost.
Yeah.
Nah, I know like the Low Country boils. No.
Mm-hmm. I like Low Country boils. Yeah, rum hunch punch in the big the big container you put clothes in. All that. I'll take all that. Yeah, I mean, but this was a kids. This was a kids party. This wasn't a group of adults digging into the cake. So it's like kids, and we watched all that. Damn, even the kids can be a little chaotic. This is what I
what I said was we would have 2 cakes. So the knife and fork kids could have their cake, and the hand kids could have their cake. I'm an enabler. I will accommodate all of your debauchery.
This was a life lesson.
Yeah, but I don't.
You know what the orderly kids learn?
What's that?
Order screws you over because them kids who went in with their hands, some of their pieces was like this, and the kids who was like, "I'm gonna use a fork." Oh yeah, what you got?
That's why we got that little bitty corner. People get screwed over. See.
So this is what order gets you. Less.
You know what order gets you? I'm not gonna bring the consistency back in.
I'm just saying it's consistent. And it's a safety to some degree, yes, but you screwed yourself. Okay. Because in the real world, some people wasn't following the same rules you was following. See, you want to be. And I think that's a real lesson. You could choose to be orderly, but orderly doesn't always mean you get everything you want. It's a nerf. It's a limiter for the sake of consistency and order. Like people want that, and that's okay. You have to know that if you're standardizing, you're losing something in standardization. It doesn't mean that it's not good. I'm pro standardization, especially like hospitals, things where people's lives are at risk. So I'm not completely against order, but
you said go in there and grab whatever meds you want. Go and grab all the fentanyl, grab all the OxyContin, a handful. Just get handfuls of narcotics. Schedule 1.
Just give them 400 mics of fentanyl. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like
grab everything.
Yeah. So yes,
now you want to
order is definitely needed. I'm not anti-order, but I do think people bring order into places where it doesn't need to be.
I do agree. It's not needed everywhere.
It's a control freak thing.
Yeah. But I think standards, and I think that's a good thing to talk about at some point though. But like standards and like what is standard and having a standard, like making that delineation, that's good. Like something you aspire to, having a standard, and like that's important. But also what is standard, what's normal, what's acceptable. Like those are like we need to have a mental
Because they are different.
Differentiation. Because they are different.
They are different.
I was thinking about that the other day. Because like normal, because on the dude side, on the red pill side, we have this thing where it's like all these dudes talking about the women that don't exist, but it's like the women you're talking about and complaining about, that's the new normal. That is standard right now. And you're complaining because you have a standard that is above what is standard. And it's like y'all talked about women for having a standard that is above what is standard, and you're saying like they need to lower what their standard is. So I'm seeing dudes do the same thing. It's like, man, we can't differentiate.
The only standardization we used to have was like kind of religion and stuff like that. So if you've rejected the standardization that you could enforce, you can't be mad when everybody don't care about your order or your standards. Like, oh, we ain't preaching no more. We ain't going to church no more. We out here witches, warlocks, whatever them days.
Crystals.
I mean, you can't tell me who cares about your standard. It's not real.
It's not real. So I think people need to learn to go like what is standard is what you should expect. What is normal is what you should expect. You can hope for your standard, but like you said, that's not real. Like that's something you've made up, and nobody may live there. Like that may not be a real thing.
That's my new favorite.
That may be a vacant place.
I like to trigger boomers and tell them it's made up. That's made up. That's not real.
You're right. But this right here, Greg said he's been out there jacking.
Well, that's weird.
He's been out there jacking. But then he said, "Keep your dick beaters out of my food." But he's been out there jacking.
He's telling us more about you in the conversation.
I'm messing around. I know he's been out there.
Just try telling it to people. Just start telling people it's not real. And they start trying
to have that conversation
on you. This not real.
Yes. My nephew, to his credit, he actually got his high school dress code changed because they had an arbitrary rule about colors. But he was coming in suits, and they wouldn't let him wear a blue or red suit because of gangs. But it's like they don't wear suits.
They don't wear suits. So they had to change the whole rule up to like if you're like business casual or above, it's not color coded. Right.
Like streetwear.
Unless you wore a pimp suit. You trying to wear a pimp suit?
Nah. He was
you coming that motherfucker red with some black pinstripes got it right. Yeah. We can thug that motherfucker up now. Don't get it twisted.
I was about to say it's many visions like that. So I don't know. But that's been the triggering people. That's crazy. That's true, that sounds ridiculous.
You're like better than me
on medications.
Yeah,
that's also not a real thing. That's my problem though. I'm a very lazy person, so that's cool.
Me too.
Why is that a bad? Okay,
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think we need to start reframing it. I think how can we reframe lazy? Because maybe it's not lazy.
I'm a very efficient person. I'm an energy efficient person.
Energy efficiency. I'm effort averse. Or I'm low incentive averse. Like if there's no incentive, I'm not inclined to give effort. Yeah, so gotta be an incentive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use energy on some of the stuff people want you to use it on. It's just I'm so glad I'm not a man because I'm just every time I say something, I just think about this is like what y'all are told, kind of.
Yes,
that whole ambitious thing.
Yeah, my God, ambitious. That would drive me crazy. Even though I am really a naturally ambitious person, somebody telling me to be ambitious. More.
You gotta want excellence. My excellence don't have to be excellent. It could just be good.
Excellent.
It could just be serviceable.
How's your excellence good?
Because that's about what I wanted to do.
Capacity.
Right.
His 100%. His 100% might be your 70%.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Right. What fill my cup don't might not fill your cup.
That's true.
I do have really attractive hands.
But it's nothing that makes me want to be less ambitious more than somebody telling me to do more when I'm not trying to do more.
Oh man, look, especially when I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me I need to be doing more. Okay, well, I ain't gonna do shit. How about you do something?
Yeah.
Why are we like
But
this?
why is it the people always not doing
because I'm definitely not going to sit in a situation with you and you telling me I need to do more while you're doing you.
Nothing. They doing more too.
While you're doing you. I'm not saying it's more or less. You just doing you.
Right.
Like you know the goal. Don't tell me what to do. I know what the fuck is going on. You know the goal. Don't tell me I need to be doing more. Well, what the fuck are you doing? Especially if you're there. Like, I can't. I no. Fuck that ambition shit. Yeah, I know that's a trigger for me.
Okay.
It's pressure.
Fuck that ambition shit.
It's
pressure.
People just like to pressure people. I think, that's why I was like, a lot of people just want to know if they can. I feel like it's a control thing. Like, I feel like it's mind games, really.
It is.
Because for some reason, that's what up, Nova? What up, Greg? Too. For some reason, that's the idea of the purpose of some people. I'm not gonna say who. Is to kind of be that motivation or that type of. Well, I'm here to enhance, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, I can make you better, or it's like, no, get away from me.
We're a multiplier. You give us something and we multiply
it. Multipliers.
Yeah, y'all increase the bullshit.
Y'all take her and turn it into pain. Y'all multiply it into pain.
It's a multiplier. We didn't say a good multiplier. It can be multiplier anything. It's gonna multiply. It could be a pain multiplier. It could be a trauma multiplier. Multiply anything. We didn't say good or bad. We just said we multiply. That's it.
No,
0 times that's 1,000 is 0.
Yeah. I think I said that. It's like it's like, because you want to do extra, don't expect me to do extra when I'm meeting the requirements. I can't want you. I can't want you.
Oh boy.
My bad.
No, it's just triggering because I'm just an extra person, so it's always triggering when I hear not extra people just talk about how they just so fine being like chill. I
being okay, being normal.
Yeah.
Doing what's required, meeting the requirements. Yeah.
I don't believe in requirements though, so that's why it's also hard for me.
I mean, there's a level. There is a line. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like getting to the point.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, like for real. Like I'm so contrarian in nature. I think I've always rejected certain requirements unless it literally was like a gate to me getting something I want. Like, okay, I can't be a nurse without going to nursing school. So like I just gotta fall in line and do what I have to do. But like most requirements. Yeah. But like I went through high school like not doing what was required and still graduating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so then I started to believe that requirements are fake, and it's really just about like how personable you are and charismatic you are, and if people like you.
Yep.
I graduated high school more in the TMI sense.
Oh, okay.
I just like kind of divorced it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just,
me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah. Our curriculum concluded.
Yeah.
I decided that our curriculum had concluded. I graduated out.
I graduated from curriculum. Graduated from marriage.
I got the graduated early diploma. That's what I got. I got the graduated early diploma. So that's what I had.
You dropped out. You dropped out?
No, I graduated. I have the graduated early diploma. I have the GED. I have the graduated early diploma.
Is that what it means?
No, that's not what it means. I'm reframing that whole. I'm reframing that whole thing.
Are y'all dropouts? Are y'all dropouts?
I'm a high school dropout. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my talent.
High school.
That's your talent. What's that?
Walk out.
I could totally not believe in something and just like still persist in it and find my own space of happiness.
More or less just walk out.
Yeah.
You walked out. You high school walk out.
I'm a high school never went back.
No, I did the paperwork.
It's all the same.
Paperwork. Yeah.
But like once again, like I feel like that speaks to like how I am when we were talking about people being mentally ill. Like I can realize something is dysfunctional and find a way to persist in amongst it.
Okay.
And find happiness. Like I totally stopped doing my work after 10th grade, but I was still there every day.
Nah, I couldn't.
I was there, but then it was like I wasn't doing shit.
I wasn't either.
And look,
I went and hung. So what I did with most of my days was like I was in AP art, so I did that. So I worked on my mural that I had for a project. I would drink all day and hang out in the science teacher class that I got along with. I sometimes would go to my AP history class to turn in projects that maybe I didn't or didn't do. But all the teachers loved me because they were like, "You have so much potential. You're really smart and charismatic." So they all passed me.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any of my work.
Class. I heard all of that, but I couldn't stay in class. Like that wasn't enough to stay in class.
I wasn't in class.
I just sit there for hours.
I never sat in my desk full time in class. Okay. I would be outside. I would roam around to the teachers that I got along with and hang out with them in their class, and sometimes help teach lessons. Not even in my own class, just somewhere else.
Yeah, nah.
Just doing whatever I wanted.
Yeah, I left the school building most of the time.
Yeah. So I was respectful though.
You were. Yeah. But I also think, Bree, that there's a little bit of like a sexual dynamic talent. I think women have more of that ability to be in a space they really don't want to be in and like create mentally a
fucking life for us.
Yeah. It's okay. I
feel like y'all have that talent. I did the same thing though. I did the same thing. Because it's wild. Look, okay, so sophomore year was my last year.
Yeah.
And it's wild that Bree said her first period was art. I had 1A sophomore year, and that was because I had drama first period.
Oh, drama
class.
You bring the drama.
That fits. That tracks.
Yeah, I was that motherfucker getting my creative on. That was the only class I was looking forward to. Wasn't no homework. I could get to show my creative side. I could do all because I've been that always. Always been wanting to be in front of people, entertainer type thing, do that type shit. So I've always kind of been there. And I think I might have had an English second period. And then I had lunch from third period to about sixth period. And then I had gym. And then I went home.
Man.
So yeah. Somehow I got scheduled 3 periods straight of lunch. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got scheduled 3 lunch periods in a row.
That happened to me too. That's crazy. That happened to me too. That's
I didn't make my schedule. I can't make my own schedule. You know what I'm saying? So
it wasn't on my schedule, but it just so happened I ended up.
It just so happened.
3 straight lunch periods. Yeah, coincidentally. But even after the lunch periods, because during lunch we typically went to the gym instead of outside. I went to the gym again. So sometimes I ended up with like 4 or 5, maybe 6 gym classes in a row with 3 of those being lunch periods. Like, man, basketball all day. Basketball.
Man, yeah. One of them periods could alternate into a gym period. Yeah. Hell yeah. Trained up to be a big nigga. Hell yeah, I was a lineman too, goddamn.
Man.
Makes sense why I was. I was smart though. My classwork was always fine. I just didn't do homework. That was my downfall. My classwork and test was always fine. Yeah, I was working that.
Dang.
I was working that.
No wonder we can be getting along so much.
Yeah.
Same high school path.
Dang.
And you said sophomore year? Like now, was it your first sophomore year? Because see, let me see. 1, 2. It was my first junior year, but it was my 4th year of high school. I was like, okay, I've done 4 years of high school. I'm out of here. Because they wanted me to come back. Because I wasn't going. Okay.
So it was my first sophomore year. I only did 2 years of high school.
Okay.
I finished school and I got a semi-expulsion on the last day. It's hard to
go big or go home. Go big and go home.
Yeah,
go big and go home.
Yeah. Go big and go home. So this is wild. This is fucking wild now that I'm remembering it. So we was on the bus going home. We was on the school bus going home. And I tried to get off the bus at a stop that wasn't mine. Right.
Okay.
So it's the last day. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers actually did the shit all the time. But the bus driver had told me, no, you can't get off right here. Some other shit. Back and forth went, and then I looked up through like the big ass, you know, the bus got the big ass rearview mirror. I see the motherfucker give me the finger, like, fuck you.
Ooh.
I raged out, like I blacked out. out. So I get to the school. They drop me off at the school. My mom had to come pick me up. We had a meeting the next day because it was like the day before. It was like that week of, I don't want to say it's the day because I can't remember, but it was that last week of school. So it might have been like within the last 3 days. Right? Because we had a meeting just before school went out. And they showed the video. They had the video of what happened.
Oh, video. Dude, oh, no.
Dude, when I say that motherfucker flipped me off. That motherfucker flipped me off, and you see me just take off. And one of my guys who was sitting in the middle row tackled me on the seat, and you see everybody on the bus just flood to that seat. You see them moving and shit. You see them moving and shit, like trying to keep you from getting up. Dude, it was wild. I'm just sitting there, my mom looking at me, I'm looking at her like,
what?
Let me off though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I told her. Like, that was the only thing I could say. Like, hey, he told me fuck me, man. I ain't going. There's no reason for you to say fuck me. I understand all that. But yeah. So they was like, I had to do something in order to go back to the school, and just didn't do that. And I didn't go back.
Dang.
All right, I'm back.
Man. Welcome back.
I was on mute for a little bit.
Bree got the privilege of being a charming, educated woman and got passed regardless of no matter how much she didn't do. We had male privilege and got sent away because we're so threatening and imposing.
It probably framed my life because I really do feel like I can do. I feel like I could do anything I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm also the youngest and I was the only girl. So I just feel like there's a lot of that I can do whatever I want to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me and Yella benefited so much from the patriarchy. It just
y'all don't. That's why I be like, why y'all
propelled us through life.
I think the patriarchy raises y'all up to be good slaves. And
yes.
We need slaves.
Sacrificial lambs. Ooh, boy. We do. Unfortunately, that's what this
not
country
like
runs
the
on.
kind that like chattel slavery.
Yeah, not chattel slavery.
But we need like worker
drones.
Let's say worker bees. We need worker bees.
You need jobs.
I love a good worker bee.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for them.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I'm no worker.
Some people love it. Like some people do love that order of like knowing I'm going to work at this time. I'm getting off. My check is going to be the same. Like the orderly people are eating. Like they love it. And I love that for them.
Yes.
Unskilled labor bees.
That too.
I mean, even skilled labor bees.
But not even skilled, but people who have like a very steady like temperament. Like I thrive in order, routine, regiment.
Yeah.
There are people
like they don't want to make millions of dollars. Like they just want to make enough.
Yeah.
And they're fine with their check being the same as long as it's enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really do appreciate those people because everybody can't be trying to reach for the fucking stars because the world would collapse. The society would collapse if nobody. I put an IV in a lady who was a janitor and she loved it. Like she loves her job. She loves being a custodial worker for a school. Yeah, she loves being a custodial worker.
I'm like,
well, she said I did a good job, but she was talking about how she loves. She's like a custodian at an elementary school, and she's like she likes seeing the little kids, and she take pride in her work. And I was just like, you see, like you need people who just are cool with doing a small impact. Like I'm making a huge difference. Like I don't need this big shit. I don't need.
That's important.
I love those people. Yeah. My brother liked it. The middle one, he liked it.
I like that.
I use the order to facilitate the chaos.
See, what is that?
Because I could be more chaotic. So how my schedule is? I'm about to get ready to go to work today. How my schedule is? My schedule is the same every week.
Okay.
So I can build my chaos around my schedule.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? If I have that, but if I'm not doing that thing, it limits a bit of the chaos. It does. It limits
just by default. Like if you got this order structure here, then you only have so much room for the chaos.
Yeah. But then I can almost plan my chaos out a little bit more too.
Yeah. I understand it actually.
Yeah.
Because just a little bit of order, you need both. That's why I don't think you can all be like you could just be completely out here in chaos, because then nothing means anything, and then it's really hard to orient yourself. That's why I was like, that working one day for me has done wonders for my mental health. It's just one day. It's probably the limit of what I want to work for real, hourly pay, but it's just enough to like put a limit on one day of my week where I can't do whatever I want. It's just enough to piss me off and motivate me to utilize my other days. And for me, one day is enough. If I did it for 5 days, I would yeet myself.
A weekly reminder. Just a weekly reminder.
A weekly reminder.
Get that shit going.
You better be here at this particular time.
Yeah.
And do your job.
This is what other people do.
Yeah, it's just enough to like disgust me and piss me off for the week. Yeah. And then motivate me to like keep going. Because I don't know how people do it 5 days a week.
I only got 4 days and that shit terrible.
4 days? Like I've never worked more than 3 days a week my whole adult life. Because I like waited tables, but I would do I would do doubles. So I would just do 3 doubles so that I wouldn't have to work like all week. And then when I became a nurse, they do 3 12s. So like I've just never worked a 9 to 5, like Monday through Friday job. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah. You had nursing. Right. But that there's a lot of meaning in nursing. Was that something you could have just did? Like if you didn't need money, is that something you could have done without money? Is that one of those things that everybody says like it's like a kind of a passion? It's like if you do it, like if there was no need for money, was that something you could have done?
There's almost nothing in this world I could say that for, just because you like need money for anything. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything I would do.
I'll tell you, when I would
do without any money.
I worked at the housing authority, and I would say the environment was so fun there. If I didn't need money, I would have worked there for free. Like if I did not need money.
Oh, like if I didn't need money.
It was just so fun. And then the second thing I did, we put on these conferences when I worked at this organization. We put on these conferences, and it was so meaningful. Like my work was actually integral to what actually happened. That also gave me the feeling like what I do is important, and I would have done it for free if I didn't need money. Like so, that's what I'm talking. Like, was nursing one of those things?
I wouldn't say nursing itself was, but I've been lucky enough to experience life with not needing to like make money at all times. So I would just go based off like what I actually do now that I don't have to make money. And like I could do research forever without having to get paid for it. I can do like decorating, like artsy stuff. I could give people advice, health tips, like that kind of stuff. But like clocking into a job for a specific amount of time, I'm always going to want to get paid for that, because it's like keeping me somewhere I can't do something else. I value my time a lot, I think. So it'd be very hard for me to want to report anywhere consistently without being paid. But there's a lot of stuff I do now that I don't have to be paid for. Yeah.
And Yellow, on your way out, man, what's something you would do? Or has there been something you've done that you would do without money? I mean, if you didn't need money. Money wasn't a necessity. But I know he probably getting ready for work. He getting ready to step out. He got to be there soon. So we'll assume he's getting ready. But yeah, let me see. Check that. You answer me? Okay, so me, my thing is I worked at the housing authority, and it was very NIG centric. It was very Nick centric. It was such a beautiful. I've never experienced anything like it. I've never worked in an environment with such. I don't even know what to call it, but the niggatry that went on there was amazing. And I'll just tell, like, this is the top of the. It always sticks in my mind because I remember there's a file room, but the file room was like on either side of the hallway in those rolling file things. So I'm walking down the hallway from the printer, and at the end of the file, there's like a T, and another adjacent hallways go to the left and to the right, and there's cubicles along the wall. And this dude named Terrence, walked, like, I'm coming down the file and I'm looking straight ahead, and then in that slim margin, I see Terrence walk by with Tamika, who's another employee, and they're like rodeoing. So like she's on his waist, and they're like, yeah, like going across, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, we're at work, and she is riding his waist. Like, they're not having sex, but like they're fully dressed and everything. But it's like, what kind of stuff is going on here at work? But that's the kind of level of niggatry that went on there. And it's like, it was so beautiful. I've never experienced anything like it. Working at this university was the closest, but nothing got to the level of the housing authority. It was crazy. Stuff went down all the time. And that's my most vivid memory of the craziest stuff that went down. Because it was a broad daylight. There's clients in the cubicles getting interviewed by people, and they're like romping down the aisle. And I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm like, that kind of environment is hard to pass up on. We had so much fun. So much fun after hours. Man, it was cool. It was cool. It was so much fun. Had so much fun. The ladies there were crazy. The dudes there were crazy. Oh, yeah, I can see that. In the ATL, oh, man, I can see that. And it was unprofessional. It was so unprofessional. Shira, who is deceased now. Shira, who's deceased. I had to tell her. And I know I've told this story before, but it always shocks me. We had Somalis, because like there's a Somali influx in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Columbus, Ohio, and I think there's a third place now, but we were the top two, Columbus and Minneapolis. We had such a high influx of Somalis, and a lot of Black Americans just did not like the vibe. They had a smell. I think it was like due to the cooking or something that they put in. I don't know. There was a certain smell, and it was pungent. So Shira's doing an interview for housing for these people. Like, are you going to get approved for public housing? She is spraying Lysol directly on the family. And I'm like, Shira, you cannot sit there and spray across your desk Lysol on human beings. I'm like, no. I'm like, Shira, get up. It was crazy. It was so it was wild. Man, I had so much fun there. It was crazy. I got so many memories. We opened up the wait list for Section 8 one time and had a big event. Opened up the wait list. We had gates outside the parking lot. So the thing was, it was going to be like a pass-through. It was going to be like a drive-through. Get your application for Section 8. Get your application for Section 8, and then go right out the gate. We open one side, you go out the other side.
Now they're lined up. Lysol.
She sprayed the Lysol on them. I'm like, Shira, you can't do that. If they break out or something, they're gonna sue you. It was so rude. But
I love the smell of cumin.
I don't know if it's cumin. I don't know. It was something. It's something. But we had this. We opened up the wait list. We had we printed out stacks of these blue applications for Section 8, and we're waiting out there. And I'll never forget Brenda. They are lined up outside the fence because it's an automatic fence, but they hadn't unlocked it. They are pressing so hard in a big old crowd of like hundreds of people that I remember the Somali woman in the front getting pushed, kind of like she's getting squoze through the bars of the gate. She's like, ah!
That's so terrible.
She's getting crushed. So, and Brenda freaked out. And I just had this memory. She just took the stack of blue applications and threw them up in the air. Like, I'm out here like the Alabama black cat. Yeah. She just threw them up in the air. So it's just raining blue applications as she walks back inside. And this lady's screaming because she's getting crushed into the gate.
She didn't open the gate?
She couldn't. We had to wait until it automatically unlocks at 8:00.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, it was crazy. We were out there on a Saturday. It was.
Why is that your favorite play? Because was it just like this? My people.
It was just so wild. It was so wild and chaotic.
Like
it was chaotic, but there was a structure. It was structured and chaotic at the exact same time.
You was like, "This is us. This is us. This is who we are."
It was beautiful, but it was stupid, and it was fun. It was terrible. There were things I hated about it. I couldn't stand my director because she turned somebody down for housing because they had veterans IDs and not state IDs, and I'm like, it's in the policy, and she overrode the policy. I wanted to run her over. Oh man, it was kind of places.
Where you kind of got a mix, like honestly, in all of my labor and delivery, like I liked the different hospitals. Like I liked Seattle because it was very orderly and like protocol driven and had really good outcomes. But what I have the fondest memory of working is the hospital in Atlanta, where it was just like so black and it was raggedy and like the staffing ratios weren't safe and like people would die, unfortunately, because we just didn't have resources. But I had the most fondest memories of that hospital because it was just like the people I worked with, it was just so like raggedy but lovely, and it was so authentic. It was so black. I just loved it. Like I really enjoyed it.
It was something about it. I even got accused of fraud. I even got accused of fraud there. This guy Charles.
And out here getting accused of fraud. What you doing?
And I was a part of a fraud, but I refused. So let me tell you these last two stories. Now I know Yellow probably gotta get out of here. Charles Hillman called me up to he was an executive director of public housing at that time. He called me like, listen. He's like, coming to the office. Now, first, I was a little on edge. Okay, like, listen, I'm more tolerant now than I was then. He was a gay man. And he wasn't over my division. I was in Section 8. He was in public housing. And he called me to his office, which he had no need to do, and told me to come in and shut the door. Now, my spidey senses are single. And everybody looking, when they paged me to Charles Hillman's office, everybody's looking at me like, I'm like, okay, listen. But I go up there, he's like, listen. We had a call come in on the fraud line saying that somebody, this dude named Rashawn, was staying with this woman on Section 8. And he's like, I want to make sure it's not you. I'm like, whoo, thank you. It ain't me. Appreciate you. Good looking out. No, it ain't me. Go ahead and do whatever you got to do. But I was like, I appreciate you for calling me up here to check. I was like, that dude's cool. And then the last one, before Charles Hillman became executive director, it was Claude. Oh my God, Claude. He would not let me requisite pens to do interviews. I couldn't get pens out of this dude. So at one time he sent me over to this property, me and 3 other women. It was me and 3 women, not 3 other women. Me and 3 women. And he wanted us to forge documents. He was like, all this paperwork didn't get filled out properly. Sign it, date it to the date of the interview. I'm like, put that in writing.
He wouldn't do it.
Because I'm not, because this is fraud. I need you to tell me, like, it'll be between me and you. Like, I'll do it, but you're going to have to give me something in writing, letting me know that you wanted me to do this, because I'm not going to commit fraud just on I'm out here just signing signatures. But if you say that, it'll be between me and you that you wanted me to do this. Cool. I will fraud this place to death. I will sign everything, date everything. I will mimic signatures. I will photocopy documents. I will make some stuff up. Like, because I'm morally ambiguous. If it's going to keep us our jobs, keep us in the black, I'll do it. But he wouldn't put it in writing. The girl that did do it, without him putting anything in writing, got fired. Less than a week later, got fired. And I was like, see, you can't trust these snake niggas.
Yeah, you can't. You can't trust them.
He was like, yeah, no, I got you. Now y'all do this stuff. What's that? Yeah, I wanted some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Just so
I want some of that.
Well, that's smart for you saying you wanted it in writing.
Yeah. And see, and the other lady, Martha, she was going to do it too until I stood up. And I was like, nah, you're going to have to put that in writing. Because I'm like, I know, because this is fraud. I know this is a felony. Like, we're defrauding the federal government for housing applications. Like, you got to be.
Federal government too?
Yeah, exactly. HUD, Department of Housing and Urban Development. You talking about this
never
federal.
Play in the feds phase.
This is feds, yeah. And we talking about years of paperwork. We backdating. Like, come on, bro. I got to have some cover. Like, you gonna fall on this sword and be like, I made him do it. That's got to be what's got to go down. Because I'm not going down for fraud.
There's always some fraud.
Yeah, for the lowest wage in the company. Like, get out of here.
Like, I wish I could tell stories of the stuff I saw in hospitals, but it'll just make y'all never want to go. And y'all already don't want to do that. So I'm not trying to make it worse.
I'm
not trying to make it worse.
He wouldn't sign them. The ladies were all down until I stood up like, bro, you got to put me something in writing because I'm not.
Women are so like, y'all really be sleeping on us. We're so malleable. We really do go along with a lot.
If there's a need or a want, y'all go along with anything. A need or want.
We can always find a silver lining to like figure out why we finna do this debaucherous thing. It's our talent.
Y'all be needing them jobs. So it's like y'all gonna do whatever.
That's why the man be salty. It's like we know y'all have the ability to warp y'all mind to be able to do some shit. But y'all just won't do it for us.
Yeah, because y'all don't need or want a lot of us. That's the problem, and we gotta accept that. Y'all don't need a lot or want a lot of us. Going back to the bartering thing, we have nothing to barter with. So it's like if we ain't got Demon D,
he said Demon D.
If we ain't got Demon D, it's like, bro,
it's rough out here.
It's rough.
Gotta try to get what the market want.
Whoa.
Dang, that's crazy. What if relationships really were like bartering though?
If
people just like on the front end literally barter. Like
on the front end.
Y'all never seen that movie, The Mummy Market, where they went and tried to find a new mummy? That's like one of my favorite movies. Like they couldn't stand their mom, so they went to the mummy market, and it was like all these tents, and it was like different moms.
That sounds
like one was a circus mom, one was like a cool mom, and they you could take them home and try them for like 7 days.
That sounds amazing.
And you only get 3 chances.
Can other people go to the mummy market?
Yeah, it was like a whole market where kids was going to shop mummies. Like,
but not as a kid. Could an adult male go to the mummy market?
He said, "Can an adult male?"
Like, could I pull up? Like, let me get this mama.
I don't think you could go to. I don't think it was only kids at the market I saw.
Okay,
I didn't see any adults. It was only for kids. Man. But men are bad because we don't commit fraud without questioning it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what you asking questions for?
Because I want money.
Yeah.
Nah, but as a woman, I mean, women always got questions. I feel like we're very questioning people. So we don't do stuff without question. We just, if it benefits us enough, we generally can.
If the answers make sense, right? If the answers make sense, then it's right. They don't not question. But if the answers make sense and they don't have to make sense, it just got to make sense to them.
You just got to say just it enough. Like you really know what you're talking about for the most part. If we catch any sense that you don't actually know, or you're making this up as you go, then we start to go into overdrive mode and try to take over. Yeah, but if you sound confident about some bullshit, we generally will be like, all right.
Yo, y'all be falling for some goofy stuff too. Oh my god!
Don't do that, because so do y'all.
It's the truth. We do. Again, needs and wants. Needs and wants make everybody a fool. Needs and wants to turn anybody into a fool.
He said half. The yellow, we already know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, buddy. A little desire.
He shot a bird. Man. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It just tumbled out before I could like edit myself to not say it. Yeah.
It's true. It's okay, right? It needed to be said.
He said.
I'm just glad I'm not single, so that y'all don't have to see my escapades play out. When you start to get to know people over time, you get to just see stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just at the passing of time, you see people in and out of situations, and you just like, I'm glad y'all don't get to witness that. The failures. I'm sorry.
The tragedies, the failures. For real.
We still love you anyway, but
man,
we also gonna throw a shot here or there.
Yeah, that's some fun.
We can laugh at it now.
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
Nobody tried to kill me.
Who got shot? Who almost got shot? Who?
Oh, that's old. That's old.
It don't pay. I'm just saying.
There alone is pays for me.
And she didn't necessarily try to kill me. She just tried to kill
somebody. That's true. Yeah. Wasn't trying to kill you. You're right. That's true.
Men just know that other dude. You think women? I just say you think women don't think men are shady. That's literally what I was saying. We just have to move in spite of it, because if you like, it's like y'all like. I'm sure there's things you hate about women. You're like, but absolutely. I like women, so
and we deal with it because we like women.
Yes. Have to go in and prepare to deal with this bullshit because I like women. Be nice if they didn't do it, but it'd also be unrealistic to expect them not to do it. And I think women, most of society, that's how women feel about. Right. That's how most women feel about men. There's a lot of women who say all men cheat, like really wholeheartedly believe that, even in a relationship with a whole man.
Yeah.
They just believe all men cheat.
Yeah. You can have that belief. I don't know. There's a thin line of having that belief and then projecting that belief on your relationship.
Yeah, because how do you have that belief and not project that onto your relationship? That's
right, but how can you not? Yeah. How can you not? Yeah.
You're definitely gonna project that on your relationship if you believe that. So I'd be like, I don't know how you could believe that and not project that onto your partner. I think that's a fallacy to believe that.
Mm-hmm. And you be looking for a change. You waiting for that work schedule to change, or start going to the gym. They start to shower more, buy new clothes, get a new phone. I got 2 phones: work phone and home phone.
I just think about how many personality changes I have, and I just can't. I would not be able to be with somebody who was triggered by it to think I was cheating. Man. It would not work. You working out, you out here trying. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
I got that.
What'd you say?
I got that before.
You can't just want to better yourself without it being somebody else.
I'm sure to work out. I'm in here working out by myself. I was legit working out by myself.
But you working out for somebody else, though. That's what they think.
Right? Yeah, I'm working out for somebody else. Yeah, who you trying to look good for? What the fuck?
That's like shady.
Myself.
Your little internet friends.
For the bitches, like I'm just gonna tell you.
Hopefully, you ain't gotta be somebody you in a relationship.
But I ain't cheating. That's different.
Yeah, please. Good. You cannot say for the bitches and then say you're not cheating. You gotta keep that thought to yourself. You cannot say that out loud. For the bitches. And then what you gonna do when the said bitches come up to you and tell you look good?
Nah, baby, I'm good. And
you want her to believe you're not gonna.
Now, them bitches looking at you and they mad, and guess what? They give you an ego boost because you got to make it at them bitches.
That's you made that up.
It made sense. Though.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. If the person already with you, they don't need other people's hate to fuel their desire for you.
Yes, they do.
That's low key crazy.
Yes, that's how women act. Because that's how they all want the man that everybody wants. And yes, women would, hell yeah. That's why you got the chicks who, when they get engaged, all they pictures just happen to involve their hands now. How the fuck is your hand in focus in all of your pictures now? Yeah. Right.
And they just want to show off their accomplishments.
Now that's why you got bridal engagement photos and shit like that. These chicks
I think you're putting the chicken before the egg. I think it's just like men that women want are desired by a lot of women. I don't think it's that women want the man because the other women desire them. I think it's just men who are attractive. All the women want them. So I think you're putting it the other way. I think you're putting the chicken before the egg.
I think it's the symbiosis. I think it's this.
It's cyclical. They are tied together, but I think it's easy to say, well, she wants him because the other women want him, versus like, well, maybe he's just highly desirable, so all the women want him.
I'm just thinking it's both.
Like the women aren't really like thinking about the
today. I'll say in today's time. Today's time, women are highly influenced by what other women think. Like, historically, I think you're right, Brie. I think you're right, historically. But today's time, y'all got a lot of overlap. Like the Stanley Cup. Y'all want the Stanley man. Y'all don't want it because it's a great cup. Yeah, y'all don't want it because it's a great cup. Y'all want it because it's everybody else wants it.
But it is also a great cup.
I mean, there's a lot of great cups, but y'all want that.
But if it's a great cup, everybody wouldn't want
it. Yeah, that cup's supposed to say. But
Stanley. It's not great because it's great. It's like the Stanley is not what makes it great. the quality of the cup, but there's other quality cups that are not named Stanley, but y'all don't want those because we've had people refuse Yetis. We've had people like there's a association, there's a mental association. That mental association is what I'm saying is coming from the social aspect. So some people just want a good cup, so they'll take a Stanley, a Yeti, a this, a that, a thermos. They'll take a good cup of quality of any however they find it. But people that just want a Stanley. Yeah, absolutely.
You've been influenced to want a cup.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to be a part of the group.
See? And y'all do that with men too.
Got to be a part of the
group. Because you can't tell me. You cannot tell me these women, when Yella be pulling up the South African dating show, he's got to make 100,000 American USD. You can't tell me that's not social. You can't tell me that's not a social dynamic. It ain't because
they said if the American girlies are asking for 100,000, that's like $1 million over here. I definitely want him. That's probably what they thinking.
See what I'm saying? That's all social. That's not because they think it's a quality man. How many American dudes that make 100,000 are going to what? I mean, have you seen these women?
I seen some of y'all baby mamas, so I don't know what you want me to say to that. I've been in the labor and delivery room for the baby mama he wouldn't be seen in a light of day with. I seen y'all baby mamas.
Listen,
without makeup.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
I know you seen her without makeup, so I know.
You ain't wrong.
No, it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
But them South African women got hard feet.
Y'all niggas like hard feet. Don't y'all want a woman to carry?
No.
She better have some hard feet.
That's why you almost choked. No American don't want no woman with hard feet. With Flintstone feet. I hear pushing the car barefoot.
So she could push the car for y'all and carry y'all on her back, piggyback style.
You up there striking matches off the bottom of her foot? Get out of here.
Yella out here froze on this light. Look, it's perfect. He could do a Zoom meeting just like this. And probably get away with it. The question is he really frozen though?
Listen, Greg, no, it's not just Africans. Mm-hmm. No, you froze. Yeah, you froze.
I wish I was as racist as anyone. He bought his girlfriend AirPods. What's she listening to on the AirPods, Nova? I wonder what she listening to.
Some other guy.
Do you know what she listened to? She probably listening to boyfriend ASMR.
Ooh, Nova. You better check what you listening to. You better check that playlist.
You better check behind.
You better
check on boyfriend ASMR YouTube.
Check that playlist.
Better get her. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. She's a social media
on the path. Yeah, she's on the path. Then you know exactly what to get her all the time.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Hey, there you go. Super predictable. I like it.
He said super predictable. Yeah, you want to know what to get her for Christmas? Just hang out on social media for a little bit.
Yeah. Dang.
You'll know.
Man, it feels that easy, man.
It is that easy.
No, I was having an internal thought that I don't want it.
I was like, y'all make it hard. I'm sorry, y'all niggas don't want to do what the girlies be telling y'all women really want. Yeah.
No, I get it. It goes back to what I said. Like, I want the bow keychain, and you're like, no, that can't be what you want. We do the same thing. We do the same. Like that can't.
You really want that little keychain?
Yeah. No, I was trying to use it as an example, Brie.
I know. I just thought about it. Yeah. I'm gonna send it with a tote bag or something. Ain't no way. I'm just sending it.
I'm gonna find something else. It ain't gonna be the
okay. I'm gonna select something. I'm gonna go in the store to just grab shit.
Don't randomly just send me nothing, because I'm gonna be pissed that you send me something I can't use or don't want.
It's not for you. It's for me. You gonna get the keychain you want. I'm just gonna send you stuff. Who cares what you do with it?
Give it to somebody else and say it was for me. That way you get the feeling of giving the thing you said.
It doesn't work that way. I'm gonna send you a K-pop keychain too.
Okay, that'll work.
With a picture of a photo card of Kai from EXO in it.
What time you gotta bleed? How much time we got? You got like 5 minutes?
Yeah, I got about 5 minutes.
He finna ask you something.
Okay, I want to ask you one last question. Hey,
true. Go ahead,
I hate you. I hate you. God dang it. Why? What's wrong with you? Why couldn't you just let me get that off with unremarked?
No, it might not be triggering. Go ahead.
Okay. I was watching something last night. Hardly Initiated. And this woman talked about, your favorite thing. God can't stand Brie. She called me red-handed. The fear of God. And you know how you got that fear of God thing? That aversion to the fear of God? Men got to fear God, but women got to love God. Right. So I wanted to get your opinion on this because I had a thought. I was like, because they had a whole discussion about this man didn't fear God because he's still out here in the streets. He's still ripping and running. And I was like, she made a really great point. But I was like, in a relationship, because when they say they want a man that fears God, if he fears God, don't you think that the woman should then be fearing the man? Like the same way that God, the man is supposed to fear God, she's supposed to fear you. Like that should be the hierarchy. You fear, respect, revere God. She should do that same thing to you, which they never say. They never say that. They never offer that, which I think is like the submission. What do you think about that? I was like, man, she's right. He doesn't fear or revere God in his daily decision making. That's what she called him out on. But I'm thinking the women don't do that to the men. That they say they want to, when they say the man should fear God, they don't fear or revere the man.
Did he say
or God?
Did he say he believed? Did he say he believed in God?
Yeah, he was a believer, or he's a pseudo believer. He's not a real he's not a real Christian because he's still out here in the streets. Like he's actively.
He's a casual Christian. Yeah.
Yeah, like we say, he's a casual Christian. He's a Christian adjacent. I'm just saying in general, not him specifically. In general, like when the women be like, "I want a God-fearing man," don't you think the dynamic then should be that she fears him the way he fears God? Like she shouldn't break that chain of reverence.
Yeah, I would say that. I would go as far as to say that shouldn't be a prerequisite at all. Period.
Okay.
I think that get heaped on black men a lot too. Because all we hear is black women saying that we should fear God, and it's like, damn, do I so I have to believe in that? And that's kind of disparaging too, because it's always like this loose ass connection back to Christianity, God, Jesus, the church, all this other shit. And that in itself, for me, almost kind of make it hard to date black women. Well, probably now, especially now, because you got so many having spiritual awakenings at 32 or 33 or 35 or however they doing this shit. So, and that's always got its loose affiliations back to Christianity and Jesus and whatever book or whatever type of shit. And I'm like, I don't exist in that framework. And I hate that we keep telling black men that they have to exist in that framework. Don't really feel like you got much of a choice.
Mm-hmm. I think it was somewhere between. I think it's dipped now to about 75% of black people in America identify as Christian. I think that framework is going to be persistent, but like Bree said, everybody's really casual about it, like not practicing. They're kind of more
our
like
culture is Christian, like American culture is very
Christianese.
Yeah, I mean Christianity.
It's not even. Yeah, they definitely not, but they don't practice it. They don't practice it, but it's culturally. They want all the requirements of it without doing the thing that's required from it.
I think anybody, that should be a red flag if somebody says they want you to fear God.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a red flag because God, like when I listen to people talk about God, I don't listen to it as if like they're right and God is exactly what they say. I just use it to understand their relationship to power, authority, maybe their fathers, and if they believe God is a man, men.
Okay.
So like I kind of listen to what people say about God to understand their relationship with authoritative male figures that they are to have a close relationship with. And by close, I mean this man will have an effect on you by proxy. So not the president, but like a father or put any man authoritative figure in that space.
Right.
So when I listen to someone say you want a God-fearing man, that's like a red flag. That's bad. Like that's a red flag to me.
Okay.
Because that speaks to your own relationship to men and your understanding of what being a dominant man means. And I think that that's a bad prerequisite to frame a relationship with. Especially if she herself doesn't describe herself as fearing God. She loves God, but you fear him, like Yella said, that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Because that's speaking to some idea that she wants there to always be something over you that she can access. So I think that's a huge red flag if a woman needs her man to fear God, because it's basically saying, I need to be able to go over your head, which means I am going to go over your head every chance I get.
I got a better relationship because I can love them. You got to fear them.
Right.
So you can treat
which means she access the beast that can tame you.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's a huge red flag, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she could very well say, I want a man who loves God, like I love God. Like why they don't never say that?
I never hear that. That's crazy.
They don't ever say that. Why he can't love God? Because it's gay? Like, what is it?
Yeah. I do hear every now and then, like, I want him to have a relationship with God, which I can respect that. But they never use the love word the same. You're right.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird. Because it's about love him with your whole heart. It don't even say fear him.
Yeah.
But we always harp on the people need to fear God. I'm not really sure why that's the big thing, because it definitely loving God.
It's like that bear thing. It's probably like you said, the trust of men. Like, I'm afraid of you, so you need to subject yourself to God. Because I'm afraid of you, so I need to know, like you said, like you've been broken or bowed yourself, so I can trust that you're safe. So I think there might be a little bit of that in there.
Yeah. And once again, she gonna go to God in prayer. It's so many women I had that conversation. That's actually a pattern of behavior I always call out among my friends when they're like having maybe an issue with their husband or their boyfriend, and they're like, I'm just gonna go to God about it. And I'm like, that's so passive aggressive. That's like a passive aggressive thing. Not to say that you should not take it to him, but you're basically like, you're a control freak. Like that's just screaming control freak to me. That you're like, I'm gonna go tell God on him and God will change him, even though I can't. Like that's usually the next statement, because God will work on him. I don't even have to do nothing. So, it's toxic.
And then you got somebody like me, who, if I'm dealing with somebody like that, and you talking about you gonna go pray about it or talk to the ancestors, I'm gonna look at you like, so you finna go talk to yourself? Like you finna go work it out with yourself?
You don't have to point out the obvious.
No, no, that's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to call the thing, because I don't.
You finna go talk to yourself in the closet. Or you finna go talk shit about me in the closet to yourself.
Right, and come up with the conclusion by yourself.
Y'all dirty.
And maybe your supernatural power didn't do anything. Maybe I just wasn't what you thought I was in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah, right. I couldn't be what you projected on me that you knew I wasn't from the first fucking place. Or I wasn't the thing that you didn't even say that you wanted me to be. You just kept trying to make it be.
Yeah. It's crazy that God could tell you to calm down and chill out and like accept someone for who they are.
But I can't. But I can't. The nigga across from you can't. Yo, man, I had my friend tell me only spirit can check me. I'm finna say, you really want to make me an enemy, don't you? You really want to make me an enemy,
don't you? Like crazy. So basically, it's like only I can check myself, because we don't.
Only I can check myself.
Right.
Ain't talking to nobody. I ain't talking. I mean, you let me tell it. I cannot believe it, but come on now, stop playing.
I feel like I've had moments in life where I do feel like spirit or something beyond me was communicating, or God, but it was never like I went in the closet and said, I hate this nigga, he won't do what I want him to do, and then God was like, yeah, I got him, he gonna change. Like I've just never heard. It's like that girl Bria who says she talking to God all the time. It's like, dang, he stay in your ear.
Yeah,
God don't do
instead of her
nothing.
dreams.
Be kikiing with you about niggas you hate.
His kids dying of fucking cancer and shit, and you because he busy fucking dealing with you.
He be over there kikiing with her, gossiping.
Right, because y'all talking in the corner. Meanwhile, people suffering from fucking hurricanes. Meanwhile, motherfuckers is on drugs. Meanwhile, motherfuckers is getting kidnapped because y'all over there
down here talking to you about your boyfriend you chose. That is funny when you think about it. I just don't have that relationship. Like I don't. My relationship with God doesn't manifest in that way, so it's always kind of crazy when I hear people talk about, I'm just gonna go to God about it. It's like you're a control freak.
Talk to yourself.
You could just learn to calm yourself down. Let go of a thought you hyperfixating on. You can also learn to do that.
No,
I'm just saying.
That's too much work.
I guess it would truly empower you. Actually,
it would. But I don't think people want to be empowered.
They don't, because this is a lot of responsibility to be empowered.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I get it, but I'm tired of being lied to. People have been playing in my face lately, and I'm sick of it.
Damn, you sound like this lady on this dating show.
Man, no, he right though. I'm definitely feeling like the motherfucking the universe is gaslight me, and I ain't going. I feel like I'm getting gaslit left and right, and I ain't fucking going. I'm finna start swinging. Figuratively
call them out. Start telling people it's not real. That's not real.
Yeah, I have, trust me.
Not to say your belief ain't real, but how you trying to use it to change me is different.
Yeah. How you using it now? Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna let you wield. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you wield God. I'm not gonna let you wield anything that you personally believe against me. Yeah.
Because you overstepping. Like, what's so special about you that you get to override me if I'm supposedly have the same right as a child of God as you do?
Right.
Make it make sense. Why are you so special that you get to override me?
Right.
By going to God.
With your will, not God's will.
With your will, right?
That's the worst part.
With your will. Yeah, with your will.
That's the worst part.
God didn't wake up and think I needed to change. Because he would have did it.
If God told you to do all that, that ain't the God I want to believe in. So you can definitely keep all those shit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You can keep all those shit.
Because I feel like the situations in which God really did the most to like my relationship with God, or I really feel like God was doing something or changed me, it really didn't have nothing to do with another person.
Yeah.
I found it like I could get the most work done. I got the most work that was done on me was when I was by myself and like literally went off by myself. Like I went to an island,
the wilderness,
by myself. And then I feel like that's the most work I ever had, where I could say maybe that was a God thing because it was just weird shit happening, but never like a person was like, you need to be more of this. I'm going to tell God to make you more of this. And then it happens. Like, that's just not how it works. So, yeah, I don't know. People power hungry.
Facts.
So, yeah, what's that girl name? Tilt? The girl who's not hardly initiated. Who was talking about?
Oh yeah, Tiffany Montgomery. Tiffany Montgomery.
Like it's not that I hate everything she says, but I definitely feel like it's power for her. She feels powerful.
Is. You can tell.
Yeah, she enjoys feeling like she's walking around.
Yeah, she enjoys that authority.
You can see it on her face when she talk about it. Like you can see it. She was like drunk on power almost.
Oh yeah.
Like I went up to a bitch and made her back burn. Like.
That's how it's presented to us.
Yes, it is. That's fine.
Nobody thought that was weird though. It's like she had this crazy look in her eyes, and she was talking about it too. She was like,
"Okay,
I thought asked her she was the witch, and then I
crazy face.
I touched her back, and she said she could feel the fire, and I told her that's what she gonna feel if she don't stop being a witch." I was
like, you don't get your goofy ass to fuck on somewhere. It's amazing that who and what we choose to put little padded rooms and call them crazy. Now, if a man run around on the corner talking about he Jesus or he's God, we'll be ready to lock him up in the motherfucking room and pet the walls and call him crazy. But these chicks you talk about, they connecting with witches and spirits and ancestors and doing all this other shit. And I'm supposed to hold reverence against them. No, you just as slow and special as the next person in that room who got a chart that say schizophrenic or fucking man, no, for real.
You just using Bible language instead of the DSM-5.
Yeah.
Some of them people were crazy in the Bible.
What the fuck, man?
True.
I do find that a lot of people who have like mental illness do lean into like more supernatural or spiritual things to try to comfort themselves and stuff like that. Like I have a friend. I have a friend. I'm like, you've definitely seen to lean more into this when you're unsure. You know, it's okay to be unsure and feel like you're not in control, and you're not, but all this extra you doing to try to make yourself feel like you in control, I don't think it's actually.
What was the name of girl? What was her name?
Who?
Tiffany Montgomery. If you're talking about Harley initiated,
yeah,
Tiffany Montgomery.
Yeah, and she been around for a while too.
Yeah,
but I don't know. She just always get this crazy look in her eyes. I think she like just being there and feeling like an authority amongst all these men.
Yeah.
I feel like for her, it's like, I'm an authority over these men. I'm the authority in the room. I don't know. It just feels like a spiritual strap on. Like she just coming in with the big D energy.
Yes, there's something to that. There's something to that.
She like it.
Because for me, like if she's in the position that she says, she would, if she recognizes that these dudes are not where they need to be and are not trying to be where they need to be, somebody who's developed spiritually would not keep coming to that space.
Yeah.
Like, because the same way that they brought on a witch, they're going to say, well, you're going to compromise me. Like you talked about the people who are emotionally stable. They're not going to hang around people that are emotionally. You're not going to hang around people that will compromise you unwittingly because they just are ignorant. So like, I don't think somebody who's really truly developed the platform and the power would grab them to the point that they would put themselves in unwitting danger spiritually. If you know all the spiritual stuff she talk about.
And then like warfare. For her to even come at them, it's like, we're not partners. Like my YouTube channel and my podcast is not on the same mission as your ministry. So for you to check me on who I have on my podcast is crazy. Because I'm not trying to be what you are. So it's almost like you've come into their space and usurp their power and dominance over their own space.
But that's their problem though. They keep putting themselves off as Christians. So then you get that whole brother corrects brother. You know, like we should be able to correct each other in goodness and love and all that stuff. I get the principles why she thinks she can do that, but they're not being genuine. But she should be able to, if she's everything she says she is, she should peep that and be able to move on. Or spirit should tell her. Spirit should check her. But
it's definitely interesting because I definitely feel like this is the same shit that happens in their relationship. And that's why they started off as a whole red pill lane in the first place, because they don't know when they're being topped by a woman.
Yeah.
And she is topping the fuck out of them.
I mean,
now. She's definitely topping them, and they seem to like it. So it's like,
I mean, everybody benefit. She gets the attention and the power, and they get money.
And that's why I be saying to a lot. So can we get there? Can y'all let go that maybe y'all don't want to be as dumb? Y'all just want to benefit. Can we just get to the point where y'all just say, I just want to benefit. I don't have to be dominant or the top. I just need to feel like I'm benefiting. Like I just need some of them specifically to get there. Because I know it's a lot of men who like, I ain't got to be the one. I ain't got to be the hero.
I'm trying to be in control of everything. No.
Yeah, if we both get what we want, I'm cool. And there's a lot of dudes who are there now. But them specifically, they not there. But every time I see them move, that's how they move.
Of course. Because that's the thing that's expected. So the social performance is, I've got to be this dude. But people that spend time around you should recognize you're not that dude. And
you're not that dude.
Yeah, so that's the thing I've had a hard time understanding on, I guess, on the internet. Like there's a lot of people that portray themselves a certain way, and it's like everybody, you see it, we've seen it over the course of 3 years. We've seen so many people that get into a kind of dynamic, and you see it fall off because somebody reveals themselves to be not who they are. And it's like sometimes everybody can see it really quickly, and for some reason, some people, because of want or need, like I need somebody to rely, I need somebody to take some of this workload off of me.
Yep.
Or I just want somebody else to help out, or I want this energy. I want to make money, and there's like more outgoing to me. Something, there's always something, and that supersedes like sense.
And not in a sense of like because he had a relationship with the man, but a lot of them just strike me as Louis. In a way, like he lived this one way, he performed everything, and then like as soon as he got the chance to chill a little bit, boy, that way he leaned into that soft life real quick. And was loving it. And was loving it. And I love that.
Sort of.
He loved it and
hated it.
Soft,
he loved it. He loved the soft life, but he resented himself.
He resented.
But, that's the thing. For loving it.
Because I think even if Louis would have thought I'm gonna end up with a man, I think in his head he would have thought it would be more like Armand, where he's running stuff still, and he's the dominant one. So I think him leaning into that kind of just proved to himself that he wasn't none of that shit he was pretending to be. I think that was the hardest part.
I think that is also too what you're talking about, that energy dynamic between current women and current men, where the red pill anger is coming from. A lot of us resent the fact that we're not dominant because we're told we have to be. All right, go ahead, Yella, drop out
bye, Yella.
Like jump in now.
Yes, say all right,
no, I'm just gonna stay. I'm about to head out. Y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. None of this shit is real.
Yeah,
nothing's real.
Scroll across the bottom.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Real.
But yeah, just wanted to finish up. But yeah, I think that's where like their a lot of their rage comes from. That even when they get in the position to be that, I don't think they even really still be trying to. Because like when Louis was a dom, he was not a good dom.
No.
To Armand, like he wasn't really.
Yeah.
I just feel like Louis is like the archetype because he wasn't.
He is.
If you look at how Lestat was, even though he crashed out, pre-crash out, I feel like he really embodied that dominant energy properly.
Because he knew what he wanted. Because he knew what he wanted.
Yeah. And he held up what he was supposed to, like in that space. He took care of them. He provided. He was safety. He was this and that. Like he did that. But I feel like with Armand, when Louis was his dominant, he didn't really. I don't know. He didn't do what
because he didn't know what he wanted. Because he didn't know what he wanted. He was still conflicted. Because he was always following somebody else's lead, like Lestat.
But thinking he was leading.
But thinking he was leading or following Claudia around. Like he never determined what he wanted for himself to set a guideline or structure for anybody else. And I think that's what a lot of dudes have a problem with. Even if you don't have much of money. Like I can still determine like what it is I want, what direction I want to go in. If I have a direction I want, I could say it and articulate it. I think a lot of these dudes have that problem. So when they get into a relationship with a woman, it's like a lot of, well, what do you want? Because I haven't established anyone. You know what I'm saying? I want you to follow me. I want you to follow me, but I want you to tell me where you want to go so that I can lead you there. And the women are like, I can lead myself there. I don't need you to lead me to the place I want to go because I know where it is. And the guy's like, no, you do. You tell me where you want to go. I'll lead you there. And women are like, no,
that's
I can
not
get
leading,
there myself.
Though, like,
I can lead myself. Like, I don't need you.
And then I always knew I told you where to go. Right. And then like, if I didn't tell you, where would we go? We either go nowhere. Like you don't want to go anywhere.
Like, let me lead. And that's the funniest thing. And there's a truth to it, but it irks me to hear it. Let me lead. And I'm like, God, bro. That's like it's like a misnomer.
Start walking.
It's like, yeah, you just go. And if they don't know how to follow, they get lost.
They won't.
Or So it's like there's a thing to let, because I will say in our culture, there's a lot of people that don't know how to follow. Like we have a natural rebelliousness.
It's some people a hurricane, or like some people are just naturally Lestats who just won't follow.
Yeah. It's very independent minded, very individualistic.
Very like I'm going to go do my own thing. Now, if you want to come follow me, he's always just going to do whatever he wants. And then like if somebody wants to follow him, he like great, but he's not one to follow anybody else. So that's why it's like a lot of dudes strike me as just like Louis. Like they think that they have to be this thing, but anytime they get a chance to not be that, they don't want to be it. Or if they do get a chance to do it, they only halfway do it. Because they were like pointing out how Louis basically abandoned Armand, which was kind of like early on, like still in Paris, which is kind of like against the kind of code of if he's really your submissive, you wouldn't have left him hanging right here. You would have reassured him or done something to not leave your sub guessing what's supposed to happen next. Because it's like if at any point your sub has to guess what's going to happen next, you're not doming them properly.
Yeah.
And so that's what somebody, and then they're not safe. And then it's hard for them to actually stay in that subspace if they're like trying to figure it out. So then they were saying that like that's kind of where Louis messed up, and they think that that's also partially why Armand felt the space to manipulate and do all this stuff behind his back, because he left him too much room to be able to do that by being an ambiguous dumb. Yeah.
But I say that played out in all 3 relationships. That's why Lestat was confused. Like, I'm trying to do all this stuff to make you happy, and nothing makes you happy. That's so that failed. And then
because you laying back like you want me to take control, but then and
then Claudia kind of did the same thing. Like, well, you won't take control, so I'm gonna go and figure out myself, because I can't trust you to look out for my best interests. Same thing. And then same thing with Armand, who's
that's how she ended up in the gremlin,
who was like, who had to be the reluctant leader, didn't really like it, because it was like that little subservient, like I'm serving Satan or whatever. He knows he could lead. He's the director of the thing, so he's done this twice in the theater and in the sewers. So he can do it, even though he doesn't want to do it. And then Louis is like, no, I'll take over. And you still.
He was like, yes, you're going to take over.
Yes.
Dang, that's true.
Yes, mate. Like, yes, mate. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm so
happy.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I don't have to worry about. I think he was fine leading the coven and still letting Louis lead him. But I think for Louis, when what we saw for the most part was not a dumb. You following Armand to work and reading in the audience.
Yeah.
How are you really?
He had nothing going on for himself.
Yeah, you at the party just chatting it up with Claudia, and then when you and Santiago got in there, Armand had to come rescue you. So it's like, but just like most of the like we're talking about, Louis felt like him dominating in the bedroom was enough.
Yeah, and that's
even though that's not what they agreed. That's not what they agreed to. You telling me to call you my dom was not just about in the bedroom, but you're like, I run things, but the only place Louis seemed to run things was in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I ain't see him running nothing nowhere else.
Nothing else.
And as long as he was running it in the bedroom, you're not your sub being able to run a whole side plot of your murder and your daughters behind your back, because as long as he was face down in that coffin when you told him to be there, you thought everything was cool. That's crazy to me.
It is.
But that's a lot of these.
That sounds so familiar. That's very familiar sounding. And meanwhile, at the end, and it's sad at the end of it all, the only one that could stand up was Clark.
Damn.
Handicap, like Achilles cut.
That's true.
Was still able to stand.
All of them was sad. Ankles cut. One was being controlled by somebody else, and the other one was, I don't know what he was doing. He was sitting in the box pretending he couldn't do nothing. So the only person who stood up was Claudia in the end.
Yeah,
that's the key.
And that's what's gonna have to. It's gonna have to be the youth standing up, because like the dudes, we're not showing up. The youth gotta bring something different, because the men of my generation.
Yeah. It's giving Louis. It's giving Louis. We need some new generation people to show us what it's supposed to be like. Somebody who loves being it.
And I would say, like, even the racial dynamic of Louis in New Orleans is a lot of what we deal with. Like that subjugation thing, like we feel it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be dominant when you know you're dominated. So it's hard to find that. It's hard to find that
area dualism. You can.
Yeah,
because everybody knows. Have to bring down
everybody
your
knows. Everybody knows.
You have to bring it down
into dominance. Yeah, you have to level it down to a more microcosmic
level, where
level.
You actually can dominate.
But it's weird. It's weird energy, because everybody knows, like the fear God thing. Everybody knows they can go above your head. Everybody knows they can go to your dominator. Everybody knows that.
But everybody has somebody who dominates them, right?
But it's different. It's totally different.
I feel like it's rock, paper,
somebody
scissors.
that they answer. Everybody has somebody that they answer to, but not everybody is being dominated by somebody. Answering to somebody and being dominated by them is a little different.
I guess.
Because sometimes you can walk away. Yeah, you can walk away from somebody that you answer to.
But I can't think of one group besides maybe if you start talking about maybe whites, but I can't think of any group of black people that wouldn't feel that way. Like any subgroup or group that wouldn't feel like there's constantly somebody who checks them. Like we can never go. Yeah.
You're right. But not everybody uses that as a tool to subvert control or authority. So like I would say black men would never be like, well, black women, because we're like, oh, so what's because black men are asked to be an authority.
Right.
It's always that thing of like, we talked about the fear of God, and there's always like authority, like I'm gonna call the cops. Like there's always an authority above you that I can escape your authority. So if I don't like the way you're wielding authority, there's somebody else's I can wipe you, I can move you off the table.
Right.
That doesn't work in reverse. Black men are not going to call the cops or weaponize God.
Yeah, most of the time
against black women. You know what I'm saying? So
because they already feel like they naturally have a power over us.
Because we're not asking y'all to be in authority. Like so, it only.
But also, like we're women, so it's like typically y'all just don't even really feel threatened by us for real. Yeah, enough to be pushed to that, right? Like so I feel like there's still a.
But even when we are, we wouldn't, because the social stigma is we're supposed to be an authority. Yeah. So calling cops on somebody that you're supposed to be above, psychologically.
So it's just like such a, I guess because.
Like imagine you trying to call the cops on your kids because your youngest was acting up. You'd be like, you feel weak. You feel like, okay, I'm a incompetent mother. I have to call the cops to constrain.
So it's like why do I have to? Like, it's the whole ego thing. That's unfortunate.
It is.
Because I think part of being a good leader or wielding dominance properly is in knowing when you're out of your depth. And because you will be. I mean, you just a human, so you will be.
Absolutely.
But not hearing that is just like this terrible understanding of, I guess, what it means to be that. For most men have a terrible, too much of an all-encompassing idea of what it's supposed to be versus like what it actually could be.
Yeah. But on the flip side, women are the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's a Frankenstein monster of expectations, because on various levels you want the authority and dominance, but you reject it in other lanes on those same levels. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
everything just looked at as one place instead of different realms. Realms of power. Like maybe you got to cover everything. Dang. Yeah. It got to be everything. But once again, like you said, it's typically not articulated on the smaller.
It's never articulated. It's never negotiated.
Like, don't come for my money. I always think of like Candy Dance about something like, I'm never gonna let you come out dominate me here. It's just not gonna happen. Not because you can't be dominant, but it's just because for me, I'm not letting it happen. And that should be okay.
It should be. And that should be negotiated. That should be understood. Because she doesn't need you to play that role.
Exactly.
But the issue, and
it also makes her feel unsafe if she if for her it's like a thing of like safety. So that's a safety and security for me. So I cannot let you dominate me here because I would feel completely unsafe.
And if you arbitrarily feel like, well, that's the only way I'm gonna feel like a man, because that's what I've been told.
To go.
Yeah, exactly.
To go.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how I feel about the social stuff. Like there's, for like a lot of people who would be in relationships and stuff, like they have to have the dominant position in your social relationships. Like I have to be your best friend. I have to be your everything.
You're one, my person.
I'm that. If you need to be dominant there to feel like, then I could not rock with them.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So socially dominant, socially dominate me, I can't do it.
Woo. Man.
And that's like a lot of women, like y'all be talking about, they want to be dominant there, and their whole like that's not romantic. It always make my stomach turn when you hear it. Oh, maybe my best friend. Maybe that's true. Like
I don't mind one of my brothers
here. What? Well, like you're one of your
me
best,
personally.
Like, like y'all can be best friends, but they can also have other good friends. But it's a lot of absolutely. Like, they're my best friend, and I need no one else in this world.
Yes, now that's problematic. That's problematic.
Yeah. So. That's kind of one area of dominance I can't allow somebody to do. take.
Yeah. I need to vary the energy. I learned that a long time ago. I can't be sustained on one energy.
Which is useful though. Yeah. Because you could quickly like disqualify somebody. Mm-hmm. It's not even like you could vibe with somebody. You can sit across from the table, go on a date with somebody, vibe with them completely. But if they express that they need to be dominant in this area, it's like, well, it's not gonna work. And it's not nothing against you. I don't have to find all these reasons you're terrible and not great. It's just for this thing right here, I can't give you that. Mm-hmm. So it just made things a lot easier. Oh, shoot. But anyway. Oh, dang. You did start right at 12 o'clock, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll be starting on time. I like starting on time. I don't know that's that arbitrary control.
Arbitrary and capricious. Time doesn't exist.
Arbitrary control.
It's not real.
It doesn't, but I'm gonna tell you, it does affect things, Bree, because when people are constantly having a stream up and they don't start on time, I quit going back. I do.
You don't like not knowing, you don't like the thrill of not knowing when they're gonna pop up on that screen.
Nope.
After they 15
I'm not gonna be sitting
late.
there. I'm not gonna be sitting there in the lobby waiting. Like there's 2 waiting, there's 7 waiting. If they change the time, that's cool. That means they've moved the expectation and communicated that.
Yeah.
But just sitting there waiting, that irks my soul. And I'm gonna tell you why. I developed that thing because like it's not arbitrary for me. It became a thing of respecting people's time because there's something else you could be doing. Even if it's like, okay, I'm going to be 10 minutes late. There's something else you could choose to do with that 10 minutes. Yeah. That might be valuable to you. Like, okay, I'm going to knock out these 3 emails that I wanted to respond back to. There's some way else that you could delegate and shift your time if I don't abuse it. So that's why I'm like,
that's true.
I'll be on that time thing.
That's true. That's like the nurses I always recommend to be fired. If they were like, because if they were like constantly like 10 minutes late here, 8 minutes, it's like there's somebody else who's staying until you get here who just worked 12 hours and maybe like coded somebody and maybe they're just at their wit's end. But you constantly 10 minutes late, you constantly 8 minutes late. It's like, it's not even about the arbitrary rule. It's about the social
the person
aspect. It's another, especially in a job where you literally handing the baton off to somebody else so they can go home. Like, so you know this,
and you know what they go through during the shift. You know what they go through
because you finna do it for 12 hours, and you know how you be feeling when they last you, and then you just constantly 10 minutes late. Like, get them out of here. Get them out of here, because I don't need that in this type of environment. Because you know people's lives are in their hands. I've seen people just casually give people meds late. Like, it's not a big deal. So, can't be trusted. Anyway, but good combo.
Yeah.
Still being back. Combo. Probably going to disappear for a while again.
Yeah, Bree's busy for the summer. I know I have a few streams I wanted to do, but I don't know in which order I'm going to do them, especially with the Kamala stuff, because she has a new VP now. So I have some stuff built out. I'm probably going to have to augment it, change it, something. So I will see y'all when I see y'all. But again, I got 4 streams queued up that I don't know exactly when I'm going to do them or when. And then I got something coming up with Greg and Nova before the end of the month, like separately. Okay. Something with Greg, something with
Nova. Like Nova's going to talk.
Nova's going to panel up this guy.
Yeah.
There's
this no way. There's no way. I believe in it.
He said it.
This is going to be like the second coming of Christ.
That's what I thought. And he thought I forgot. But I'm like, how can I forget? You said you would panel up, man, please. Count me in.
Okay.
Yeah. So got one with Nova. Greg's thinking about one. He said he's thinking about it. He's strongly considering. Okay. And then Rico wants to do one. But he said take my time. He wanted me to take my time, but I'm assuming he didn't want this week. Let me like later in the month. So there's at least 3 streams with 3 of our favorite people that we're gonna have. And then I've got 4. Yeah, I got about 4 that I have planned that are kind of more like voting related because it's just a thing that's irking me. And I really want to get this one, but I might want it to be open panel.
What?
Or maybe just you and Yellow. But the We Lost the Plot thing, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's that one.
The stuff that people are just like, it's about everything. It's got the Trans Olympics, the Last Supper thing, Simone Biles, about voting. About the would you rather about your son. So there's a bunch of there's a few different topics in that one. I'm like,
hopefully we can pop up and do that one. before the year gets like super busy with school.
Yep.
So okay.
Yeah. So there's a few things coming, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Bree. Yella, I know you at work. I hope you have a good day. I am just going to, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I am going to end